Welcome back to OtakuDaiKun. It's time for more Fate Grand Order. Hell yeah. I've been looking forward to the Tunguska event for a while, at least for the story stuff, because I've been wanting to settle the score with Koyanskaya. How you guys doing? I don't think it's a sheep, but that goat is the goat. No kidding. I love that little detail in the preview. Yes, Merry Christmas to everybody. It's a day late, but whatever. Whatever. Sion Eltnum Socaris. Visitor from the Atlas Institute, who personally unraveled the route of destruction. Yeah, the mishap at the raid. Luckily, I had no intention of doing the raid. My Christmas has been wonderful. Had a good time with my mom and Ari-chan's mom. It was good. The epilogue, what? The Lost Belt 6 anime. That could be crazy. I at least want to see what the scene would look like when they dethrone Morgan. Because that's like the most insane one. Your condition for making use of the Wandering Sea in the year 2019 is as follows. In exchange for a newly issued 8th Atlas contract. Ooh, another one, huh? We permit you your stay in the Wandering Sea for the period of 1 virtual year on this bleached earth. Oh, we only got 1 year out of this? The deadline you specified is soon approaching. I trust this future remains the same. That is correct. I do not require any fixes or revisions. Please just keep the contract as it is. All I ask from those of you in charge of the Wandering Sea is that you continue to watch over Chaldea as they pursue their mission. Very well. Everyone here at the Wandering Sea Baldanders recognizes your genius in their own way. So let me get a little closer to the microphone. Well, this should be exciting. I think the story seems like it's going to do some cool stuff here. Taikubo or Drobanya? I don't know, man. I kind of need to look at her other ascensions to see if I care. Selin, Gate of Preservation, honors your mind. Gan, Gate of Rebirth, is sympathetic to your actions. Ellen, Gate of Advancement, derides your losses. Gwenon, Gate of Storage, empathizes with your mission. Never heard about any of these gates before. That's crazy. And Fushiruka, Gate of Subordination, despises you as much as ever. What? Out of respect for the Atlas Institute, we of the Wandering Sea will turn a blind eye to this security organization. Huh. Whew. Glad to be done with that. Well, that was a surprise. To think the mysterious call would come from the Wandering Sea's top brass. I did not expect them to contact me. That was from Gan, the Gate of Rebirth. Gan, huh? If I recall correctly, he was a mage from the Clock Tower who apprenticed himself to the Wandering Sea in the year 1000. That was a while ago. What do you want as a shorthand for OtakuDaiKun? What do you mean by that? Oh, just die. Seems pretty reasonable. Localizers getting replaced by AI. Yeah, that's a big topic on Twitter. Shit, he's older than Arcoade? When was Arcoade born? I don't remember the exact timeline. Did the other Gates choose him to be my point of contact because he's from a relatively modern era? Or are they simply low on personnel? 1200, okay. Oh well, I can worry about that later. Right now, I need to get to work. Trismegistus II. Halt catastrophe automation. Tell me about the current existential threat. So... you know, Arcoade is, you know, true ancestor, and all these dead apostles are becoming vampires so they can have extended, longer lives. People like frickin' Zoken have this method of trying to stay alive longer, but clearly it's a flawed one. What do the people of the Wandering Sea do to stay alive so long? Probably means they can't really leave the Wandering Sea, something I suspect, but we'll see. Hello, Skyfang. Aha, there we go. I see you really have nailed the data down this time. You gave me the exact coordinates for the singularity, and you even know exactly what the threat is. Perfect job! Oh-ho. So this singularity first spawned in January 2019, but its inception point is in 1908? It started out as a minute singularity, but quickly expanded in size over this past year, or rather, over these last few days. So it is just like a lost belt then. It must have undergone nearly 100 years worth of development in an instant. And if we do not do something to stop it, it will transform all of Eurasia and devolve humanity into lower animals. Well, damn. Yikes, that sounds appalling. Humanity has faced many existential threats before, but cases in which humanity is knocked off the apex of the animal kingdom are rare indeed. I suppose I must hand it to Beast 4. Yeah, it's 4. She certainly lives up to the moniker of evil of humanity. Okay then, we'll just have to compose our response. You're right, it has its own texture. Right, gotcha. That's true. You're right, it is a different texture. Trismegistus II, send this message to Chaldea's leaders and mark it urgent. Immature beast activity detected. Please begin the mission to subdue it within 24 hours. We anticipate the battle will take place in an unusual environment, much like the British Lost Belt. Also, since Chaldea Base is in the middle of significant end-of-the-year renovations, ray shifts and zero sales are not currently an option. What? You'll therefore need to take the storm border to the singularity in question. All Chaldea staff, please make preparations to board the storm border ASAP. Your target is Chaldea's arch-enemy, the immature beast known as Tamamovich Koyanskaya. There we go. So that's where Koyanskaya was hiding out after escaping from Britain. I'm sure she did not plan on revealing her nest until the conflict between Chaldea and the foreign god had been settled. But it seems the action she took in the British Lost Belt forced her to show her hand prematurely. That being said, she is still a powerful enemy. I expect Chaldea will need luck to be very much in its favor to come out on top here. Still, if they're going to concentrate their resources on combating the foreign god, this is not a battle that can be simply avoided or postponed. Good luck, everyone. All I can do now is trust in you and hope for the best. Though, of course, I already know exactly how things will turn out, thanks to Trismegistus II. No matter how valiantly they fight, Chaldea is doomed to total annihilation. All my work over the past year will have been for nothing. Wait, scratch that last bit. I absolutely cannot share that part of the prediction with them. Then why are you even bothering? That seems weird, you know? Tunguska Sanctuary. Beyond the walls of the world. Light. I missed the raids. I was playing them in the background. This is my first time reading through the story, though. I just skipped all the story cutscenes to get to the gameplay. But now I'm going to read them all with you guys. Light filled my entire field of vision. Light. Light. Light everywhere. In an instant, pure white light enveloped both myself and the nearby trees. It was the first time in my life something like this ever happened. I had never experienced anything else like it. The flash of light was so brilliant that I couldn't even close my eyes. Yeah, this event's battles are hard as hell. There were signs leading up to it, of the countless different species that live in the woods. Ah, this is the big explosion. The birds, presumably the first to notice something was amiss, thanks to their sharp senses, all took flight at once. I wonder if they managed to escape. I know we won't. It's too late for us now. There's nowhere for us to run. This light will envelop every last thing that dwells in these woods. At first, it felt like the light has just stolen our sight in an instant, but I was wrong. The truth is, the light took everything from us. Our bodies and our lives. We had no time to react, not even to scream. All we could do was wait to die. Light, light, and more light. Pure power pouring down from the sky in an instant. A raging, terrifying storm with neither reason nor emotion. Far too strong to even think of fighting. Ah, Light. You remind me of nothing so much as... Yes, that's right. Yeah, support Ibuki is fantastic. They kind of force you to use the supports. They get a significant power-up over anything you can bring to the table. Maybe you can offset that with craft essences, but not the ones that I have. Nothing so much as man's fire. Storm border. We got ourselves an airship. Our target point is 60 degrees. Actually, I don't know how to read that. 60 degrees, 55 something north. I don't know what the notch there is supposed to mean. The apostrophe. Now approaching the skies over the old forest of Tunguska. In this case, what... Oh, it's knots? Thank you. Yeah, that makes sense. I just didn't know it off the top of my head. But yeah, so... Yeah, it's just mostly because these Tunguska battles only make, like... Oh, minutes and seconds? I thought they said knots. Weird. I don't know which one is which.
I am not a pilot.
Knots are nautical coordinates. Yeah, okay, so we're not on the water. But this ship used to be a water ship that's flying, so I don't know. Maybe Nemo does things old school style. But, But yeah, there's very few servants you can even use in these boss battles, which is what makes it hard. The number of the ones that are viable, anyway. Now approaching the skies over the old forest of Tunguska. We're keeping a close eye on Tomovich Koyanskaya's magical energy. At the moment, the target shows no signs of moving from the forest area upstream from the old Tunguska River. For the time being, we're calling the area the Old Tunguska Forest. Yeah, and I don't have Melusine. Although I am using Barghest for the more recent raid. The Stormboarder is flying straight as a Marlin, and will soon be entering its airspace. I know we covered the operation plenty back at Chaldea Base, but let's go over it one more time for good measure. Our destination is the Old Tunguska Forest, located in Siberia. Our objective is the elimination of the immature beast here, an alter ego who calls herself Tomovich Koyanskaya. We already know that, bro. We're very familiar with her. Once the Stormboarder has arrived at our destination via the shortest possible route, we will descend on the site we're calling Point X, where Koyanskaya's magical energy signal is originating. On reaching our destination, we will bring all the force we have at our disposal to bear against Koyanskaya. If all goes according to plan, we should be able to complete the operation in record time. Yeah, right. However, if Sion's warning is accurate, then we should expect the environment of our destination to be special in some way. Time running, it's not on my priority list right now. Especially if it's another gacha game. There's no telling what might await us. All hands be prepared for anything. Aye aye, Captain. Let me say this one more time as well. While this operation's objective remains the elimination of Beast 4, aka Koyanskaya, that is not all there is to it. I trust you remember what I'm talking about, Sarah? This operation is also a test case for our infiltration of the 7th Lost Belt. Right, an operation built around the Black Barrel. You got it. The Black Barrel is still really tough to tune, but now we have a new collaborator. Habitrot, our resident fairy guardian, will help us out by protecting the Black Barrel's wielder. Oh-ho, did I just hear my name? I'd probably better manifest physically then. Habitrot the Spinner, at your service. Don't worry, Mashu Spirit Origin is safe with me. A few hours earlier. The Stormboarder hangar at the Wandering Sea Dock. I've detected a new magical energy signal in Russia. Russia? Yes, Russia. It is far from the old Russian Lost Belt, and most of the area has been bleached, like the rest of Earth. Only now, it's suddenly giving off a magical energy signal. Well, no, that's not accurate. It was not really sudden. This signal has been present for a few months now, but it has grown quickly over these last few days. Summer Kama? Summer Kama, huh? Okay. Do I have Summer Kama? I think I do. Shit, I don't know. What about regular Kama? Is she any good? It all depends on if they're considered humanoid or whatnot. It's so weird. Or hominid, as they call it. So it'd be more accurate to say whatever veil shielded it from human perception has disappeared. To be more precise, the signal is located in central Siberia. In the Krasnoyarsk Krai. That's a tongue twister. which would place it in the forest region upstream of the Tunguska River. And I'm quite certain any heroic spirit who hails from the same era, I do, must also be familiar with the enormous flash of light that occurred there. Tunguska. I wasn't alive then, but I've read about the Tunguska incident. Precisely. It was a massive airburst that occurred over Tunguska in 1908. At the time, we weren't sure that it was even an explosion at all. I still remember quite vividly how blindingly bright the light was. You saw it yourself, Holmes? All the way from England? Fuck yes, I did. The explosion was so massive that the light it created was visible all the way from England. Or to England. It flattened a forest, and accompanying shock wave left a great deal of damage in its wake. But miraculously, there were no reports of any human casualties. Though, of course, given the sheer scale of the explosion, it is entirely possible that there were casualties that simply went unaccounted for. At the very least, the explosion left a huge mark on the area's biosphere. There's no telling how many animals' lives were lost. I've heard about that. It was a meteorite, right? That was the story, yes, and the Magecraft world has apparently confirmed as much. I looked into the matter and could not find any Magecraft causes pertaining to the incident. It's not out of the question that there have been some occult aspects to the incident, but if nothing else, even the Mages Association concluded that the Tunguska's explosion was caused by natural phenomena. So it's safe to say there were no traces of any mystics at work there. Though that only makes this latest incident that much more mysterious. Why Tunguska? Well, I could speculate, but... let me guess, now is not the time. Precisely. So, for the time being, allow me to simply convey the facts. A special region has arisen in the Tunguska area of the Bleached Earth. It is neither singularity nor Lost Belt. It's not a singularity. This signal at its heart is wholly different from a Holy Grail, so no, we do not believe it should be classified as a singularity. We do have some possibilities in mind, but as we currently lack any hard evidence upon which to base our assertions, any further speculation is likely to invite only misunderstanding. At the moment, all we know for certain is the source of this anomaly, or rather, the name of the enemy we must defeat. Both Trismegistus II and Sheba have confirmed that this magical energy belongs to an immature beast. We can therefore assume that this special region is Tamamovich Koyanskaya's headquarters. Are you all done? Then I'll sum it up. A magical energy signal has been discovered in the old Tunguska forest. We have determined this to be Koyanskaya's hideout. Ah, what the? What are you so worked up about, furball? I don't have any bacon right now. Stop that, foe. Here, stay with me. Keep a good grip on that thing, will you? Now then, where were we? Tamamovich Koyanskaya. How many times are they going to say that exact same fucking phrase? She possesses a spirit origin, the same as any servant. She is also the executive director of NFF Services, a private military contractor founded in January 2019, following the incineration of humanity. In the immature form of Beast 4, the Beast of Taming. At present, I suspect Koyanskaya sustained some form of injury during the events of the British Lost Belt.
Fuzzy Wuzzy!
Oh yeah, she protected us. I forgot that, and is therefore not in optimal condition. She demonstrated incredible power when we encountered her in Olympus in the Atlantic Lost Belt. But, at least according to Sheba, her current magical energy signal does not appear to have surpassed it. I guess that's good news for now. I agree, Senpai. So, the first big question this raises is... just what is she doing there? I know she technically saved our lives in Britain, but the fact is, she's still an enemy of humanity. And we all know she's not the type to turn over a new leaf just because she's badly hurt. There was somebody who was talking about the big Koyanskaya fight, the Beast 4 fight, that we get after the raid, and it was supposed to be an explanation and or tutorial, and it still was the most complicated bullshit I've heard. They didn't do a very good job explaining it, to be perfectly honest. Not using layman's terms. Not speaking to a regular human. A lot of those guys who are, like, really super meta in RPGs like this tend to forget that other people aren't, and will spout out buzzwords and all this shit that people don't use normally. So there's probably some reason she's holed up in the Russian boonies. Yep, if I had to guess, it's likely so she can recover her strength. That, or she's trying to grow even stronger. I mean, if I were in her shoes, I wouldn't suddenly reveal my hideout to the world just because I got hurt. So she may well not be in hiding it anymore because she just doesn't need to bother. Indeed, that's entirely possible. I strongly suspect the amorphous form we encountered in Olympus was not her fully matured self. For one thing, we saw no sign of the great horns that are indicative of a mature beast. Immature. Fully mature. Alright then, listen well, all of you. Munier is right. Koyanskaya protected our ship back in Ferry Britain. Oh yeah. Huh? Whoa, I can't believe it. Director Gordolf actually got Munier's name right for once? Ha! Regardless of how we might feel about it, it remains a fact. Most of you probably don't know this, but... as the president of a major company, she also is frighteningly enough used to conduct herself in an exemplary human manner. I'm not only talking about military deployments either. She provided a great deal of medicinal supplies and humanitarian aid to impoverished communities. It may have been no more than a business strategy, but whatever her reasons, she responded to the plights of the needy with genuine sincerity. Despite her femme fatale nature, she was not one to squeeze someone dry without fair compensation. There was something about her that could be reasoned with. However, regardless of what she may have done in the past, we cannot sit idly by while a beast grows to full maturity. And besides, this is something I need to take responsibility for. I expect those of you from the old Chaldea know that all too well. Some of you no doubt still have wounds that ache at the thought of what you lost that day. Yeah, but she's hot. Aren't we gonna chance... did we already get both Koyanskayas in the banner? I thought one of them was gonna come during Tunguska. I am well aware that I have no right to command any of you. But that's all the more reason for me to hope you'll allow me to take responsibility for what happened. Listen up, everyone. As of this moment, we are going on the offensive. What Ushi outfit? Which one you talking about? Her swimsuit? The battle with the foreign god and the resolution of the bleached earth phenomenon aside. And focus all of our resources on eliminating Koyanskaya. Director Gordolf. Yes, sir. That said, I must also stress that this side excursion is not without benefit to our main mission. We certainly can't afford to squander any resources, after all. Although we will be going up against a beast in this operation, this will also be a test for our infiltration of the 7th Lost Belt. A practice run, if you will, for our inevitable confrontation with the foreign god. Oh, Koyanskaya Dark is on the New Year's banner. Thank you, Caitlin. And that means we must also be ready to make proactive use of the Black Barrel. The Black Barrel, a weapon that uses its accomplishments measure to measure its target's lifespan. Accomplishments measure? What a weird phrase. And attack them with the full force of that same lifespan. This used to take a heavy toll on both Mashu and Sarah. But now we can also use the Black Barrel for single shots not fueled by command spells, with Habitrot's help alone. Nice. This does turn it from a conceptual weapon into a physical one, but that physical weapon should still pack a significant punch. Unfortunately, firing physical rounds heats the gun's barrel too much to be used in succession. But just being able to use different rounds for different situations is going to be a huge help. Very good. Thank you for going over the developments with the Black Barrel, Technical Advisor. Next, I'd like to hear about the Divine Construct essence we acquired in the British Lost Belt. How is the cannon which fires that coming along? Sion and I are making headway on it. Of course, while we're going as far as we can, neither of us have ever worked on anything like this before. So while I hate to say this, I'm afraid it won't be ready in time for this operation. We'll just have to be flexible and make use of the tactics we've used so far. I see. I suppose that was too much to hope for. Still, I expected as much, and besides, we have plenty of other tricks up our sleeves. Our first plan of attack for the 7th Lost Belt is... What was that? Don't you mean only plan of attack? Yes, I suppose I do, but you don't need to go bringing it up. Director, you can tell what foe is saying? Not a clue, but that time I could feel what he meant right in my soul. With our plan of attack for the 7th Lost Belt, naturally focused on Excalibur, we also came up with a secondary source of firepower to improve our odds of success. Essentially, we realized we can run all of the Stormborder's magical reactors in parallel to deploy a massive Chaldean heroic spirit simultaneously. In other words, we can go for quantity and quality. Woohoo! The idea is simple. We send in a whole bunch of the heroic spirits, who are always materialized in Chaldea, into the enemy's territory and overwhelm them with sheer numbers and firepower, Blitzkrieg style. We're pretty much going entirely with wish fulfillment here. Who do you hope to get in the GSSR? I don't know, I usually don't roll for it. Because, yeah, I never get who I want anyway. Man, it would make things so much easier if we could just send in a ton of heroic spirits we already have, who we know would be a good fit for this operation. Now we can make that dream a reality. While we will, of course, be deploying this plan here primarily to defeat Koyanskaya, it will also serve as a test for our infiltration of the 7th Lost Belt. So do please keep in mind that our experiences here will provide invaluable data for the future. Specifically, Sarah, Mashu. Yes? We'll be deploying up to 10 heroic spirits to accompany you. Collectively, they'll be your main source of firepower in this operation. I'm doing well. How about you, Gripace? The plan is to bring the storm border as close to Koyanskaya's magical energy signal as possible. At which point you'll move in on foot to take her down. Woo! It's a simple yet powerful strategy. You all go there together, and you all kick her ass together. Yippee, skippy! As we speak, we have 6 heroic spirits chosen specifically for this operation standing by in Briefing Room 2. Needless to say, we can deploy any or all of them at a moment's notice. Your mission is to carry out this operation with unprecedented speed. I expect you to succeed with flying colors. All right, everyone, let's go hunt ourselves a beast. Roast beast for dinner. You're a mean one, Gordolf. You really are a prick. You're as bumbling as an idiot. I'm seeing what looks to be some kind of barrier over the Tunguskan airspace. It's pretty different from the storm walls surrounding the Lost Belts, but I think it's still a kind of bounded field. Do something, Da Vinci! Already analyzed it and ran the numbers. I'm putting up a multi-layered bounded field around the front of the border right now. Theoretically, it should let us break through. That was fast. Nice work, Da Vinci. Then, without further ado, deploying anti-physical space-time adjustment membrane around the bow. We'll break through in dimensional piercing modo. Dimensional piercing. Da-da-da-da-da, so many buzzwords. Once we make it through the barrier into the Tunguska special region, we can begin the operation in earnest. Everyone, brace for impact. Is it going to work? There, we made it through. We're now in Tunguska's airspace. All we have to do now is head for Koyanskaya's magical energy sig. No. Wait, I feel really sick here. Ugh. Oh shit, what is this? Habitrot, are you alright? Not even close. I want to disappear right now, but I won't. I'm the Black Barrel's guardian fairy, I am. So this fairy isn't going back to the spirit origin graph. Nope. I'm gonna go to sleep mode so I can set up the Black Barrel instead. Set up on the Black Barrel? Just call me if you need me, Mashu. I can help out in battle too, at least a little. Habitrot, Da Vinci, what's going... Oh! You're kidding me. Sure, Habicat can be crude, but she's a good egg too. And now she's the first to disappear? What's going on here, Administrative Advisor? Technical Advisor? Anyone other than me? Not you too, Holmes. Da Vinci, I'm feeling rather sleepy. Can you check on Briefing Room 2 for me? And please, hurry. Briefing Room 2. Briefing Room 2. What the... Fuck! All the magical energy signals of the Chaldean heroic spirits we had on standby there are vanishing one by one. None of them are able to remain materialized. They're all being forced back to the spirit origin graph. This is just like what we saw in Britain, Holmes. Right, you are, Da Vinci. I can't be certain if this world was always like this, or if Koyanskaya found a way to copy it from Britain. But it's clear that the whole environment is entirely rejecting human history. This must be what Trismegistus II meant by special. Naturally, we added a number of safety provisions to the summoning system after our experiences in Britain. But whatever peculiar traits this place possesses seem to have overwhelmed them. I'm afraid I can't hold on any longer either. Da Vinci, Nemo, it's all up to you now. Don't worry, Holmes. We've got this. Da Vinci's technically a servant, but at her core she's actually a living being rather than a heroic spirit. Mashu is a demi-servant, which puts her in the same boat. Of course, neither Sarah nor Gordolf were affected. And I have 2 spirit origins, so I can hold out just long enough to get the Stormboarder out of this airspace, much as it pains me. Hey, Dawson. Marine? Aye, aye, sir. What are you trying to do? Oh, those look nice. Engines at maximum. We can turn around and get out of here at full speed anytime. Good, Munier. Switch places with me. I'll steer the Stormboarder. You know what to do, right? Huh? Oh, right now? Now I gotcha. Okay, you got it. Thanks, Munier. I'm counting on your driving skills. Da Vinci. On it. Oh, the door just opened on its... Sarah, Mashu, Director Gordolf. I need you all to hurry to the hangar now. I'll have Nurse and Baker disconnect and transport you. Da Vinci! Right now, you all need to get your gear ready and hurry to the Shadow Border. Captain! Take care of the Stormboarder for us. A captain always takes care of the ship. It's their gerb. I trust you all know what you need to do, and I don't mean in terms of battle. Of course, I'll bring the Shadow Border and everyone in it back safe and sound. That goes for Sarah, Mashu, Da Vinci, and Chubbs, too. Great, I feel better already. From this point on, the Field Ops team will be investigating the strange environment on its own. Anything you get last day? You mean for Christmas? Yeah, I got some stuff. I've been kinda into Scott Pilgrim lately, so I got the movie in 4K. I got, which one is it? Trials of Mana? I think the remake. The newer one. It's not too new. It's on PS4, but yeah. From this point on, the Field Ops team will be investigating the strange environment on its own. Master Sarah, don't hesitate to call for us if you need help. I can probably only afford to do it once, but I'll deploy on a rescue operation to wherever you might be. Christmas was good. How about you guys? Thanks, Captain. See you later. Good, that should take care of things for the time being. That aside, first Britain exceeded my expectations, and now this world has as well. So much for our blitzkrieg strike. And to make matters worse, if this environmental trait is something Koyanskaya learned in and copied from Britain, then she may also have access to numerous other threats we faced in other Lost Belts. Well, we are up against a beast. It's safer to expect the worst. You got some cookies. That sounds yum. You got physical copies of Babylonia, Temple of Time, all of Ghost in the Cell standalone complex on DVD. Nice. Maria the Virgin Witch. That's a good one. Sounds very good. All we can do now is trust in Sarah and her team. It certainly won't be the first time. Indeed. Loath though I am to admit it, there is nothing more I can do. Alright then, Captain, I leave the rest in your hands. Oh, don't worry about me, once the storm border is clear of the space. I'll just loiter up above the barriers while watchful as a fire goby? What? Never heard of that. Just waiting around may not be fun, but it's not dangerous either. Got Sonic Superstars. I've heard mixed things about that, and it's certainly no big deal compared to the temporary disappearance you're being forced to undergo. I'll see you back at the Wandering Sea, Holmes. It's a fish. Interesting. I know these horizontal G's are pretty rough, but hang in there until the storm border finishes its turn. We're gonna get you like a space boy. Once it's stabilized and clear, we'll be going straight into a free fall. You got a new mic. Ooh, that's exciting. Be ready for vertical G's when that happens. Okay, hang on. Who the hell be texting me? There, the storm border's turned around, but before we make our emergency escape, open the hatch. Open the hatch. Shadow border, launch! Oh, you got the Necronomicon? That's funny. A new beard trimmer. That's nice. Shadow border, launching! Is this really a what? Falling! Put up a multi-layered bounded field on the border's undercarriage. I'm a little worried with only my magical energy to spare on it. Sorry. Oh! Oh, who cares? Bring it on, I say. Hell, this is my third time falling into an operation. No, wait, hang on. If you think like this, if I think of this like my ordeal in the day, oh, whoops. Sorry, we're gored off now. No, wait, hang on. If I think of this like my ordeal in Dakar Rally... Okay, I can do this. I can totally do this! KO! Game over. Aw, that's cute. Don't worry, I'm still alive. Foe! Foe's like, damn it! Master, are you alright? This is a story event, but it's only 7 days long, right? Like, it goes poof when it's done. Isn't that how it works? Which is bullshit. I'm fine. What about you, Mashu? I'm fine too. Nothing serious to report. Status report. Electrical systems, 80% functionality, but reparable. Engine, no damage. Hull, integrity at 90%. Mobility remains intact. Yep, I know all about the AI translation stuff. I mean, to be truthful, we definitely need a human to go over that AI's translation. Which kind of seems like it might defeat the point. That or it'll just make it faster. I don't know, it depends. I'm not in that side of the industry. But I have a feeling the AI by itself will make a bunch of stupid mistakes or miss out on a lot of cultural nuances. In Japanese, of course. Not too bad for an emergency Borger deployment and landing. How about you guys? Is everything okay? Yeah, I'm fine. That wasn't nearly as bad as I was expecting. In fact, I think it might have actually loosened up my stiff shoulders. Why are you talking like we all just left the chiropractor? Do you also feel refreshed after riding a roller coaster? Anyway, technical advisor, my subordinate here's bizarre health regimen aside, I don't think I'm any worse for wear. As for Sarah and Kyrielite, they're both fine.
Boo!
Furball? You're here too? Well, I guess we can't send you back to the storm border now. How about you, technical advisor? Is everything alright with your spirit origin now that we've landed in enemy territory? I appreciate your concern, Director. Don't worry, my spirit origin seems fine too. It looks like this environment doesn't reject all heroic spirits outright, just like the British Lost Belt. It does reject them, to be sure, but I'm guessing that there are still loopholes some can slip through. And for creatures that are obviously alive, like humans and animals, there shouldn't be any issue. As far as I can tell, this environment only rejects beings, namely heroic spirits, who owe most of their existence to human history.
Boo!
Huh. Well, that doesn't make sense.
Boo?
That voice. You like it? I do too. But anyway, I don't think the situation's quite what you guys think it is. Who's there? She decided to wear a sweater today. After all, I'm here, aren't I? Ibuki Doji? Oh. A heroic spirit, huh? Or rather, a divine spirit? Ah, of course. I remember now. Ibuki Doji. You were one of the heroic spirits waiting on standby in the briefing room. Good to see you're all right. Wait, what? You're all right, but how? I have an idea. Maybe it's because, unlike standard heroic spirits, Ibuki Doji is a divine spirit? I guess, since she's obviously here and all. Huh, it really is Ibuki Doji. That might just mean this place isn't quite the same as the British Lost Belt after all. It's pretty clear from what we saw that it's stopping heroic spirits from manifesting. But it doesn't stop them from incarnating. Just like in Britain, and that's not all. It also doesn't reject non-human heroic spirits. I wonder what its criteria is, then. Is Ibuki Doji allowed to be here because she's a divine spirit? Or because she's a nature spirit? Non-human? Divine spirit? Nature spirit? So is Ibuki Doji my true name? Huh? What the hell are you talking about, girl? Is something wrong with your memory? Well, I know I'm still me, and I know I'm really strong, and I'm really nice, and I really love booze. And I know that I'm your servant. But everything else is kind of a haze. What am I, anyway? As long as there's booze, who cares? Okay. Welcome to the party. Thanks, Master. I'm glad to be here, too. How do those two just roll with the punches like that? Because we've gone to Gouda Gouda, bruh. Looks like she managed to materialize here, but in consequence lost her memory. So I'm a little nervous to ask, but what about your combat capabilities, Ibuki Doji? Do you still feel confident in those? Oh sure, I'm very strong. If Master wants me to fight, then of course I'll be glad to fight. Besides, I like going wild. My mind does feel kind of fuzzy though, so I may not quite be at my usual strength. Hang on. I'm gonna see if I've still got everything. Okay. Let's see. Yep, I can use fire. And wind. And lightning. Oh, and water too, of course. This bitch is the Avatar! Almost. If I really wanted to, I bet I could even alter my spirit origin. Though maybe only a few times, since I bet that uses a ton of magical energy. Well, it's not great that she's lost her memory, and that we don't have the 5 other servants with us as well, but we may be in better shape than I initially thought, at least. Silver linings, huh? Don't you worry, I can hold my own against just about anything. Arigato, Ibuki-sama. No problem. Tunguska Sanctuary. At any rate, this is good news. Having even a single additional servant on our side vastly improves our options. Furthermore, memory issues aside, the fact that she is a divine spirit is significant. We've confirmed that the Stormborder has escaped, yes? That leaves us with 2 choices. Go forward or go back. Well, I've done most of the fights up until now. So, until we reach, like, the final boss of Beast 4, we'll be just doing story for now, yes. It hardly need be said that we'll be choosing the former. We should assume that the enemy already knows we're here. So we need to reach Koyanskaya and take her down as soon as possible. Sooner, even. Remember, we aren't infiltrating a Lost Belt this time. We are here to eliminate a specific threat. The longer we take, the more time we give Koyanskaya to mature as a beast. So we're just going to have to do the best we can with the resources we have. There may not be many of us, but that will help us be stealthy. I think, anyway. Well, what do you say, technical advisor? Sounds good to me. That we all survived the crash intact, and we still have Ibuki Doji with us, are both incredible strokes of luck. Optimist Prime. If we find ourselves needing to retreat, we can do that after we've scoured the place and figured out some things. So I say we stick to the basics and keep our usual strategy. Explore and analyze. Isn't that right, Master Sarah? Yeah. Sure. I'm glad you understand. As for you, Mooney, I trust you have no obligations, though I'm sure you're not exactly eager to get going. Coward that you are. At least I'm not as bad as you, Chubbs. Besides, it's probably better to play things safe here. So what are we doing, Da Vinci? Do we just stick out to our original plan? I'm ready to leave at any time. Damn, somebody's raring to go. Hell, I think your motivation's even rubbing off on me. Yeah, we're definitely going to have to make some course corrections. Our initial strategy was to throw a bunch of fast and heavy-hitting heroic spirits at Koyanskaya, blitzkrieg style, regardless of the situation. But as things stand, we're about 150 kilometers from our signal. We're still sitting at the special region's southern edge. So it's going to take us some time to reach Koyanskaya in the center. We could simply make a run for her in the border, but we'll need to do more than just reach her to secure our victory. First, I'd like to understand the environment we're in here. I definitely like making the waifu files, though it takes quite a long time. I've got the Steins Gate one, that'll come after the Code Vein / God Eater one. It would be one thing if we were surrounded, but luckily it seems we don't have any hostilities in the area right now. Right, technical advisor? Yep, there are definitely no hostiles nearby. I'm constantly scanning, so if there were, I'd know. Catch you later, Connor. But I don't have any insights to offer about anything beyond the border's scanning range. That we're going to have to investigate with the field ops team. So that would mean you need us to gather information on our surroundings. Exactly. Nothing new whatsoever. It'd also be great if we could find a rogue servant or two to help us. I have no idea if there are any of those out there, though. While we were hoping to test our new servant, Blitzkrieg Tactics, here as a trial run for the 7th Lost Belt, we were also doing it to reduce the burden on you guys. I'm really sorry we can't do that for this mission anymore. In the end, all we can do now is count on you, Mashu, and Ibuki Doji to investigate this area on your own like we always do. Don't worry about me, I'll be fine, Especially with Ibuki Doji. Sorry, Mashu. You've been absolutely useless this whole dungeon. Oh, that's me, right? Ibuki Doji, got it. And yeah, I'll be a big help. I'm at least as strong as 100 spirits. 100 spirits? Oh, you mean as in 100 soldiers? Why didn't you just say that instead of making it about spirits? You startled me. Hey, stop infusing your gaze with magical energy. You're giving me flashbacks to my hellish mystic eyes endurance training. Can you actually endure that? And if so, how the hell do you train for something like that? Okay then, let's get to this new operation underway. Field Ops, your mission is to gather information on the special region and to find us some more fighters. You got it. How good is God Eater? The anime is okay. It doesn't complete itself. The games are where it's at. Right, Master. Woo! Unfortunately, it seems our communications can't go through the barrier. But they're working fine inside it. So don't forget to make regular reports to the Shadow Border. Alright then. Let the Koyanskaya hunt begin. It's fox season. Ahaha! Aye, nah. Yeah, I should have known Ibuki Doji would have some sort of impressive aerial ability. can't believe how fast she is, especially since she's 3 meters tall, carrying us and still flying. Crossing such a dense forest would have taken us so long without her.
Woo!
It's still not clear if there are any hostiles nearby or not. But we should be able to avoid detection thanks to the tree coverage. I'm not so sure, Mashu. I'm kind of glowing, right? I mean, not physically, but like in terms of aura, you know? That will make it pretty obvious I'm not just any ordinary foe, so we ought to keep our guard up. Yes, that's a good point. Still, I can't help but think this is a perfect way to scout ahead. Even if we're spotted, you should be able to outrun almost anything that comes after us. That's a good idea. Ibuki Doji? There's something big up ahead. I think it's part of the natural environment, but something about it is making me really uneasy. I wonder what it could be. Oh, they have the same voice actress? Ibuki? Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to shout. Anyway, both of you, stay alert. I know this isn't really my first time doing something like this, but it kind of feels like it, so be gentle with me. Never mind. There, enemies! I'm detecting multiple heat signatures up ahead. We got hostiles! I could try to fly around them, but I feel like that's a bad idea. Every one of my instincts is screaming at me that they've already got us in their sights. You know what that means, right? Killing time. Activating Orton Axe now. Preparing to engage the enemy.
Woo!
It's not safe out here, foe. Please get inside the shield.
Woo!
Inside the shield. Here they come. It really does feel like my first time doing this, but
Let's go!
Ibuki Doji, I'm on it. Whoosha! There we go. Back to normal size. That should do it, right? I recognize those creatures. Right. Some of them looked just like the Yaga, and the others were just like the Kali we saw in the Indian Lost Belt. No, I haven't responded yet, Chaos. Although it's strange I couldn't sense any sort of life force in them whatsoever. I'm just a bit busy to go checking out a whole bunch of stuff like that. Or even a little bit of stuff like that. Same. They were definitely coming after us, but there was nothing else to them. No anger, no fear, not even a desire to hunt, to survive. Ugh, that was so weird. I know I'm having trouble with my memories right now, but I still can tell that there was something off about those things. Senpai, do you think... No time to think.
Something else is coming.
More hostiles incoming. These rumblings are a lot bigger than before. Be careful, you two. These things must be really huge. Gotta fight the Jotun. Or the Jotnar. Those are Scandinavian giants, and elite warriors at that. So they're like heroic spirits, but for giants? Advanced giants. I remember a little bit now. Even a single giant is really, really strong. And special ones like these guys are super duper rare. So the fact that we're running into them here must mean we're dealing with something strange. That roar shook the very ground. Now that's what I'm talking about. We'll just have to think of them as big, walking, roaring fortresses. Get ready, Master. Mashu. These giant generals are really tough. They sure are. This fight was a pain in the ass. Finally, I can cut loose. I'm sure that'll use up a lot of magical energy, so I apologize now if they kill me. Got it. Was there some waifu that we're missing? Probably, I just don't remember. I like a lot of older, more obscure anime. Whoa, those guys are huge! I can't believe you're not scared of them, Sarah. Abatrot, you can come out now? I can do short bursts. It's pretty rough, but sometimes work is just like that, yeah? Alright then, let's hit them with a round from the Black Barrel to kick things off. You ready, Mashu? I'll let you handle the timing. Right, setting Black Barrel to blaster mode. Just let me know when to activate it, Master. Have I watched classic Urusei Yatsura? Yeah. Though I actually do prefer the remake in this case. It's very fun. I love the art style. Thanks for the help. Alright, let's do this, nameless giant generals.
Let's go!
You like the classic more? They both good. I'm sure, yeah, the OVA movies are going to be better than the main televised show. Whew! That was really, really tough, but hey, we beat them all. Nice work, everyone. You too, Happy Cat. Thanks. I sure do feel worked. She's not a fairy, is she? She looks like she's the incarnation of an elemental and a phantasmal. Wait, doesn't that mean she's a god? I can't believe they're gonna try to do a remake of fucking One Piece. Like, that show's already long enough as is. Oh well, who cares? She's nice and she's pretty. What else do I need to know? Alright, later guys. Thank you so much, Habitrot. It's, great that we beat them and all, but I still have no idea what those things even were. Or for that matter, why we even fought them? I recognize the aura they had, Senpai. They might be Koyanskaya's underlings. Right. We've seen her controlling creatures native to one Lost Belt and another Lost Belt before. And those three giants, along with the Yagas we fought before, had a strikingly similar hostile air to them. And this place is that Koyanskaya's lady territory, right? Or sorry, in this place is that Koyanskaya... What a weird sentence, I hate that. In this place is that Koyanskaya lady's territory, right? So that would mean... they're lost kin. That is to say, her kin. They're automatons of a sort. They've been deployed all over the place here, and then sent them to attack anything that seems remotely hostile. So please, don't worry. They're not connected to their leader, so they can't alert her to your presence. That said, your luck was pretty rotten, running into those giants. You're one of the stronger varieties of lost kin. Still, I'm impressed you turned things around. And beat all three of them. Truly, that was an incredible display of strength. Taiga or Ami? Ami. Easy. Wow, I can't believe it. I should have sensed you the moment you entered my detection range, but you got all the way here without me noticing. Master, get behind me. If he'd wanted to attack us, he would have already. I see, very logical of you. Who are you?
Taigong Wang Taikabo!
Me? Well, I can assure you I'm not your enemy. So please do feel free to relax your guard. If anything, I'm the opposite of your enemy. I'm a professional, here to hunt a beast. I may have materialized as a rider, but I assure you, I'm a man of many talents. So on that note, I would be most grateful if you would entrust me to dispose of this shadow of Daki, sorry. I would be most grateful if you'd entrust me with the disposal of the shadow of Daki. You said that twice. Daki? I know a great deal about her, you see, and I've also done some additional investigation on my own. Yay, we have another fighter now! Oh wait, is this something to celebrate, Master? I think so? Oh my, are you still suspicious of me? Perhaps you were deceived by another handsome man recently? So that's your answer, huh? Here I thought I was something of a skilled negotiator. Well, that's strange. If you had to watch one of the big three fully, which would it be? Ugh. I guess of those three, I would choose Bleach first. Duh, I could have told you this would happen. You're always so obtuse. That's why I told you to let me talk to them. Whoa there. It's okay, Nikitich. You can come out. I think they've already figured out what's going on anyway. Obviously, that's why I spoke up. Huh. I told you we didn't have to hide. We should have just jumped in and helped them fight the giants. Nice to meet you, everyone. I'm Nikitich. Dobrinia Nikitich, the heroic dragon slayer of Kiev. Or Kiev. I'm really strong. Wow, if you're saying so, it must be true. Yep, I sure am. Wow. What kind of conversation is that? As for this creep... Oh, please, allow me. Wait, me? A creep? Uncalled for. Ugh. Oh well, never mind, I'll just keep this short. I have come here from the Sage World. That is to say, I've materialized here from the Throne of Heroes, of course. In my life, I was something of a tactician, though I also dabbled in Taoism. My true name is Taigong Wang. Pleased to make your acquaintance.
Taikabo!
Snow Kitty who rides on the dragon thing. I heard voices. That's when it began. I think it's probably when I began. I heard voices, and more voices. So many little voices all clustered together. Each was so faint, so small, so feeble, so fragile. I couldn't make any of them out. If they hadn't overlapped, I would never have been, I would never even have realized they were voices. Okay.
There goes the Tunguska incident. It goes kaboom!
Then again, they could have been prayers. There were voices. Many voices. And those raids don't even cost a lot to use, you know? What the 3 things you do not like about Naruto? I don't like the main character himself. He's kind of a dweeb. I don't like his spandexy, not spandexy, but his weird, like, tracksuit looking bullshit. The female characters don't do nearly enough cool shit, or at least they're not the main focus, although I would have liked to see that. And, I don't like the art style, especially when they do those weird comedic weird ones, like when they're yelling at each other or getting angry, and they have those weird, like, highly dilated pupils and big old gnashing jaws and teeth. There were voices, many voices. Numberless faint screams all running together. I couldn't distinguish any of the individual voices, but I did my best to draw them all together. Is Fairy Tail longer than Bleach? Which one's longer of the 2? Then just listened as hard as I could. And while I was doing that, I became an individual.
A manifestation of the cries of all the poor dead animals.
In the center of that cataclysm, that shockwave, an incredible flash of light and heat that nothing could survive. I chose life. That was when I learned what those countless voices meant. In that fraction of a second, as everything around me went up in flames, I learned of their lives up to that point. I heard the goodbyes they said in their final moments. One Piece, I don't like the art style again. They're all noodly and weirdly shaped. Their faces are absolutely crazy. It's too long, for sure. It's kind of loud and obnoxious, the characters and the way they act. It just doesn't feel right to me. I learned of their lives up to that point. I heard the goodbyes they said in their final moments. Those countless screams of shock and agony showed me the lives they'd lived on this planet. And in their final moment, those countless voices celebrated my creation. They said I would speak for them, that I was the greatest of their kind, all while celebrating my birth amid the flames. I am... Taigong Wang? Yes, Taigong Wang. Oh, you can also call me Lu Shang, or Jiang Xia, or Grand Duke Jiang, whatever you like. Taigong Wang Lu Shang? Taigong Wang. I feel like I've heard that name somewhere before, or maybe not. No, I think I have. I don't know the extent of your knowledge, Ibuki Doji. No, we don't got weird faces in Fate. Not Takeuchi's, anyway. They've got cute faces. Fun, goofy, bizarre ones, but not, like, ugly faces, you know? But I can tell you that Taigong Wang Lu Shang is a genius tactician from ancient China's Yin, also known as the Shang dynasty. He's also said to be the author of the 6 secret teachings and the 3 strategies, the ultimate techniques Kichi Hogan guards with her life. Really? And he's the great hero who fought alongside King Wu of the Zhou to defeat the tyrannical King Zhou, the last ruler of Shang. I don't remember the music of One Piece. I hardly listened to it. According to the investiture of the gods, he's also a master of sage arts who single-handedly defeated tons of monsters who threw their lot in with King Zhou. And the Shang. This is great. You guys hit the jackpot. We overheard the whole thing. Taigong Wang, eh? He's also a disciple of Yuanshi Qianjun, immortal ruler of the Kunlun Mountains and one of the greatest deities in all of Taoism. Yep, he was one of the key figures in the overthrow of the Shang dynasty. The only thing I know about Taigong Wang, aka Taikubo, is stuff that I've watched in the anime Soul Hunter back in the day. He's also the one who coined the phrase, "spilled water never returns to the bowl." It's the Chinese equivalent of "there's no use crying over spilled milk." I've also read that he annotated English translations of the Investiture of the Gods from cover to cover. So I know exactly why you're here, Taigong Wang. You're here because Daki, King Zhou, Shang's beloved consort, famed for her beauty and the havoc she wreaked all throughout China, is actually the fair-faced golden fox. A millennium fox spirit and a beast, right? Daki was a beast all along, right? Right? Well, are you going to answer the man? Oh yes, of course, I was just obvious. Though it was a rhetorical question. Or I thought it was a rhetorical question. Yes, that's right. Daki is what you call nowadays a beast, one of the evils of humanity. Man, but she was tough, too. Seriously. Aha, I knew it. Fair-faced golden fox. I like some of the characters in Bleach, not a shit ton of them, but like, what is her name, Orihime? I like her. Yeah. Tamamo no Mai? Tamamama. Senpai. I'm pretty sure I remember Tamamo no Mai being very clear that she wasn't Daki. Daki? Sure I was. Woof. Most of the legends of Tamamo no Mai say she washed up in Japan after committing all kinds of atrocities in China and India. So of course, they make her out to be the worst kind of monster. Daki of Shang, Baoxi of Zhou, the great evil god who demanded a tribute of 1,000 heads in the, Magadha Kingdom. She's one of the worst foxes in the history of ever. She gives all Tamamos a bad name. Absolutely not. I'll thank you to put a stop to this Daki slander. In fact, when you talk about her, it sounds like a confession, so I'd really appreciate you stopping. Whoa! The way you just casually brushed over the parts about Joe and Magadha. I'll need to remember how you did that later. Okay, but really though, are you sure you're not excluding Daki because you're actually worried about her? Come on, why not accept Baoxi, aka Daki, as part of your story too? We're all the same. And we're all great in our own way. Don't be ridiculous. Baosi and Daki are as different as chalk and cheese sticks.
I like cheese sticks.
Sure, maybe we look alike if you squint a bit, but that's about it. Look, they say Daki was one of the most evil women ever to walk this world. They say she was an unrivaled ruiner of nations who delighted in torturing and killing people by making them walk oiled pipes over charcoal fires. Dude. And okay, maybe I did some things, but I never went anything like that far. Dawson? What is the 3 things you do not like about Bleach? How it looks like all the fight scenes look exactly the same, and most of the bad guys all have kind of the similar style clothing. It's just not that exciting. It's all like they're in uniform almost. I guess that's it. That, and it's a fuck ton of episodes. Gotcha. So even though, as the original Tamamo, your nation ruiner gauge pops up whenever you max out your good wife gauge. You still say you never did anything so major as taking an entire nation for your husband, huh? Now you listen, and listen good, cat. I'm going to put an end to this once and for all. I know nothing of Daki in any way, shape, or form. That is my story, and I'm sticking to it. Is something wrong? Oh, no, it's nothing. Taigong Wong, I remember you now. You're basically the progenitor of military strategy as we know it. You're a renowned general and tactician, and you later went on to found the state of Qi. Right. I may not remember anything about myself, but I guess I still have a bit of knowledge tucked away in my brain. So Caldea's finally got a genuine legend helping us out, huh? Sounds good to me. So, sort of a weird thing to hear from a divine spirit. I'm also pretty sure the spirit origin graph isn't exactly short of other legendary figures, but I get what you're saying. I take it you two are both rogue servants, then? Even though it's apparently really difficult for most heroic spirits to even materialize here. No, yes, it definitely is. I'm doing my best not to disappear even as we speak. Fortunately, I was able to improvise a feng shui that helped. But to be completely honest, even with that, it's rough being here. Really? It is? Huh? You know, now that you mention it, you don't seem all that affected by this environment, Nikitich. 'Cause I'm not. Being here's no problem for me at all. You know what I'm talking about, right, Dragon Lady? Yeah, it's not really a problem for me either, Warrior Lady. So, could you tell them I'm a dragon? So you could tell that I'm a dragon, huh? I kind of had the senses I might be one. Maybe we have more in common than we think. Personally, I'm curious what's going on under that. And with that tail, too. Maybe she's a werewolf? I mean, I guess it's possible, but I don't know. Let's see, first off. Nikitich, I bet you're pretty skilled, aren't you? Well?
Well...
Stretch. So tired. Oh, knocked over water bottle. Well, are you gonna answer the woman? Oh, right, sorry. I kind of got caught up watching the dragon talk, so I wasn't thinking. Talk about birds of a feather. Right. I wonder if they share some kind of connection we don't know about. I'm Dobrinia Nikitich. I'm a dragon. You can call me Dobrinia or Nikitich. Doesn't matter to me. You already told us your true name, but okay. Dobrinia Nikitich it is. You're going with both, huh? Greedy girl. You're one of the legendary, Bogateers. A renowned dragon slayer who served the Grand Prince of Kiev. A hero of Kiev, huh? Nikitich. Yes, I've heard that name before. You single-handedly defeated Goranik, a many-headed Zmei. That's Russian for a dragon. And twice, no less. I remember hearing stories about your journeys from to Constantinople, too. I'm a little surprised to see you as a woman, but then again, this sort of thing does happen with heroic spirits all the fucking time. And sometimes we get bigger or smaller, too. Yep. I'm really strong. I can do just about anything. I see. So now we can count Taigong Wong, the Beast Hunter, and Dobrinia Nikitich, the Dragon Slayer, among our allies. Yes. That's a great start to our operation, and I'd say it bodes well for the future, too. Right. Huh? Taigong Wong, Nikitich? Yes. I'm so sorry we didn't properly introduce ourselves sooner. I'm Mashu Kyrielite, a demi-servant. I'm working for the Chaldea Security Organization to help restore human history. And this is my master. I'm Sarah of Chaldea. Pleased to meet you. So you're the last master and servant of humanity, huh? Lord Yuanshi Tianzun... Tianzun has told me all about your exploits. Which is to say, I know a great deal about all of you thanks to the guidance of human history. Don't worry about Nikitich. I've caught her up. I don't know how much about capital H humanity, but there's someone here who wants to get rid of it, right? Then I'll smash her up good. Simple as that. How enthusiastic. That's the most reassuring thing I've heard in a while. No wonder you got so famous. But is it just me, or does she seem kind of, bloodthirsty? Can we really count on her? Are we sure she's not a berserker? Don't worry, she's definitely a rider. I mean, we're communicating right now, no problem, right? Yeah, I can talk. I did a great job mastering human words. And it's pretty clear that this is a recent state of affairs. Okay, Taigong Wong and Nikitich, let's just make sure we're after all the same thing here. We're pursuing the being we expect is running this entire special region. Tomomovich Koyanskaya. She's an immature beast 4 who used to flit from Lost Belt to Lost Belt. But now, for some reason, she seems to have settled down here. We still don't know the specifics. The worst case scenario, she's preparing to mature into a full-grown beast. We're looking to eliminate her before that happens. And we'd like you two to help us. What do you say? I'm so glad you asked. As a matter of fact, I've been anxiously awaiting your arrival. I'm relieved to see you Chaldeans are just as friendly as I've been told. Whew. Buttering them up already? I'm not buttering them up. I'm just paying them a compliment. Isn't that the same thing? Well, I'm not going to compliment you. If you're going to fight to save the world, you need to be strong enough. That's better. That cloth was just getting in the way. Wait. I'm gonna see what you guys are made of. Got it? Yeah. Whoa, whoa, whoa! Let's all just calm down. You already saw their skill in battle against the Lostkin, remember? And I said, I'm gonna see what they're made of. Master, Nikitich's magical energy is rising quickly. So much for our peaceful negotiations. Must it always go this way? Here I come. Dobrynia is quite beautiful. I might just roll for her. Goldean heroic spirits, and you, master girl. Show me what you got. Hit me with your best shot. Why don't you hit me with your best shot? Fire away. Not used to aerial combat, are you? First Melusine, now her? At least she's not pelting us with projectiles, but we're still at a disadvantage. I could fly up there to fight her, but I don't feel right leaving you two alone. I know, we can use the trees as cover. Follow me! Oh no you don't. Ah. Wow. That tingles. What a weird feeling. She's using her wyverns as though they were fighter jets. Hello. Oh, you brought me cordial cherry. How cordial of you. Nom, nom, nom. What are you saying, Chaos? Oh. Let me chew this cherry my wife brought me. Yum yum. That was yummy. It looks like Dobrynia Nikitich is a more formidable enemy than we thought, Master. Oh. And on top of that, she's using attacks made to hurt Dragon Kin against Ibuki Doji. Yep, she's a dragon slayer who actually rides her own dragon. Talk about winning the skill lottery. That sounds like a person, like, wrapping their thighs around another person and having them, like, carry them around. Bo's comment? I don't see your previous comment. Where is your previous comment? Oh. Do you think it would be cool or extremely funny if one of the Christmas welfare NPs was hitting everyone with Polar Express train? That could be pretty funny. Like a Tom Hanks heroic spirit. And that white dragon must just be Nikitich's legendary horse in a new form. Watch out, guys. That's no ordinary dragon. Think of it more like a heroic spirit in its own right. Ah. Heroes are supposed to challenge impossible odds. So challenge them already, dammit! Don't tell me you're gonna give up just because you can't fly. Well, that's just silly. No, I think you're going too far there, Nikitich. That's like telling a turtle to fly, or a lost child to just figure out a way home. We're all adults here, so we can adapt as necessary. So what if they can't fly? So what if they can't defy the impossible odds you set before them? All they need is a little help, in this case. from me. So, question. Is Nikki Teach one of the people who can take double damage? Or deal double damage to, Koyanskaya?
Taoism!
I've got lessons in Magecraft on that. Huh? You guys are floating too? This feeling. Mashu! Yes, Master. This is just like the Magecraft that lets someone walk on air. I'll be backing up the two Chaldeans with my Fang Shu. We all got a little dragon friend. As for myself, I'll be riding on, Shibushang. Shibushang. Sorry. Shibushang. I only know how to say that from, once again, Soul Hunter. Yume no kimi no sagasu kimi no gao, daremo ga kokoro ni kisamu made, guzen shinai unmei no naka de. I love that song. Huh? Well. 100 damage percent mod? Oh, okay. That's lame. Look out, she's gonna dive bomb us again. Then we'll just have to go higher than her. Come on. In fact, somebody gave me a list on my Discord. Let me take a quick peeky peek.
Peeky peek peek.
Well, this list shows that Nikki Teach gets double damage. Sure looks like that. Do you think that Saber is going to have a remake? What the hell do you mean is Saber going to have a remake? I don't have Melusine, so that doesn't count. This is an episode that occurs between the Lost Belts, yes. Oh, remake the Fate route? I would love that. I would much prefer that to a Samurai Remnant anime. Then we'll just have to go higher than her. Come on. Oh, 100% extra damage. Okay. See, that's the thing. When you're talking about video game mechanics like this, it's so careful. Like, you gotta be very careful of how you explain things. Or at least make sure that the language is understood. It's so weird. Like, you can read a guide and people say certain things, but I'm like, I don't get it. Wind sorcery? Taigong Wang?
Tornado!
Like, when you're reading, like watching, I think his name is NL, his videos on Xenoblade Chronicles, he breaks down all the mechanics and just shows you how to completely decimate the game, make the most insane builds possible. And part of that is him explaining what the buffs actually do and why the way they described it in the game itself was absolute dog shit. So you're like, wow, that's what that meant. If only they had worded it that way, that would have been really good. Would be number 3 waifu in Fate. I don't know, I'm starting to really, really like Ushi Wakamaru. Well, I've also got people on my Discord who gave me the answer, so I was looking at it. Is it 100% extra damage or 200% damage? Because to me, that sounds like double. Saying anything's 200% just means times, 2. I've managed to limit her mobility, but only temporarily. Now let's see. Lady Ibuki Doji. I'm the opposite. I want Musashi's 3rd tier outfit, her 3rd Ascension outfit, to be put into Samurai Remnant. Mashu, give me a foothold. Right, here, use my shield as a springboard. Thanks. Okay, here goes. Are you alright, baby? Wow, that's a lot of coughing. Whoa. Wrong pipe? Okay, I know how that is. Yeah, wrong pipe, you know how that is. It just like, you gotta get the tickle out. Ever give Yu-Gi-Oh a try? No. Not really into Yu-Gi-Oh. Fake Noble Phantasm. Overarm Octopussing Billow. Pulsing Billow. I wanted to say Octopussy so bad. I don't know why. A new Noble Phantasm? She's just making shit up. She said it was fake, so I think she's just going to charge. Do it, Ibuki! A flying earth dragon? No fair! But it is beautiful. I see your resolve and your bravery. A perfect way to decide the winner. Bring it. Brilliant. You did a great job of piercing my mount's wing. I'm impressed. See, I can just barely stay aloft now. Your teamwork was as excellent as your swordplay. Unless I have Taigon Wong heal my mount's wing, or let him use his spirit form to rest, I won't be able to stay in the air. You win, Chaldea. Now, for the time being. Let's get back on the ground. Sounds good. This new fake Noble Phantasm technique really takes a lot out of me. I don't blame you. You spun around 8 times in midair while charging her. Why are you sad, Leo? Using my full strength is kind of tiring. Ugh. Let's take it slow, okay? Nice and easy. Good idea. Whew! There we go. Good work, my mount. Stay in your spirit form until you feel better. Ugh. Now then. You Chaldeans are pretty good. Foo! I'm glad things worked out this time, but my poor heart would thank you for not doing this kind of thing again. I know that laugh. You've learned nothing here, have you? Not to worry, my good man. I won't let her pull a stunt like that again. Besides, she was mainly just showing off here. And heroic spirits don't generally feel a need to prove their strength twice, do they? True, demonstrating how strong you are in battle is a simple and effective negotiation tactic. Though I'll also say I'm glad we had your help for this one. Thanks, Taigong Wang. Not at all. My goodness, Lady Dobrynia Nikitich. Once you make up your mind, you don't change it for anything, do you? You certainly are a willful young warrior. Are you calling me selfish? 'Cause I'm not. Talk about the pot calling the kettle black. Yeah? Yeah. Oh. How about we set this stuff aside for now, shall we? Besides, people didn't even have notions of psychological ideas like ego when we were alive. Ow! You think he's like Merlin, huh? Stop that, foe! What's gotten into you? Huh? He's just like Merlin. That doesn't matter. Besides, it's insulting to both him and Merlin to assume they're alike. There, you see? Even the tapir next to Taigong Wang is upset. Huh? A tapir? When did his mount turn into a cute, squishy tapir? I don't know, but he looks adorable. Oh yes, this is my little Shibushang. It's what he looks like when he's not in battle mode. Do you know about the Fate manga that the master summons 2 servants instead of 1? If you know what I'm talking about, please tell me the name. I do not know the name. It's nice to meet you, Shibushang. Oh my, that's odd. He's usually so shy around strangers. Maybe his personality changes while he's a noble phantasm? Fascinating. Anyway, if we may put Shibushang aside for now, my good Chaldeans, we have a lot to discuss. As I'm sure you suspect, Dobrynia Nikitich and I materialized in this territory before you arrived. As heroic spirits on the side of humanity, we naturally did so to destroy the being that lies at its heart. I believe we know a good deal more about this place than you do, and we would be happy to serve as your guides. However, there is unfortunately still a lot we don't know about you. All we really know is that you're an organization that fights for humanity. We have no idea about the trials you've overcome to date, your current situation, or anything pertaining to the 6 lost belts you've taken down. But you do know we've taken down 6 lost belts, so that's good. That's a start. It's a start. So before we go any further, I would like to suggest that we both share what we know. How about it? I see. Yes, that sounds great. We could really use all the information we can get right now. What Mashu said. I see. Those 6 lost belts were really something, hmm? So that's why there are 6 of them. That explains quite a lot. Thank you very much. Now I can better explain what's going on here. I know there may not be much point in saying this now after the fact. But I'm in charge, so I need to say it anyway. Sarah, Curiolite, do you really think field ops agents should be quite so forthcoming? It would be one thing if we didn't have any information at all, but to share many things we do know so easily with heroic spirits you've only just met is... Come on, Chubs. This ain't exactly Sarah and Mashu's first rodeo. They know what they're doing. They believe they can trust these servants, and they want to. That's why they're taking the shortest possible path to get there, exchanging information. Read a harem protagonist saying, but put a C in gum and I came out to kick, shoot gum and all that. I think you got the quote wrong, but yeah, it sounds a lot like Duke Nukem. They wouldn't do that unless they were confident in the servants' character, right? Well, yes? I'm very happy you're so keen on the idea of exchanging information. But I was hoping to make a little deal first, actually. You see, there's actually something I'd like to take care of before sharing valuable intel. Da-dun-dun, da-dun-dun, da-dun-dun-dun, da-da-da-da-da-dun-dun, da-dun-dun. That was a fun theme, Duke Nukem. I don't really know what they're talking about, so I think it's snack time. Want some Shibushang? Maybe he'd prefer carrots over jerky? Why did I even bring carrots with me? Oh well. Okay, here you go. Some nice, yummy carrots. Ah, it's crunchy as fuck! Wow, you've got one heck of an appetite, don't you? You idiot. Ow! Look, my dragon and Shibushang are getting bored because you can't get to the damn point. I think Doom might have more solid shooting mechanics because they're simpler. But, I used to like the old Duke Nukems, the old 3D ones, where you saving the chicks. Look, doesn't he have a hearty appetite? You got me there. You're right, I messed up. Just look at Shibushang. Go to town on those carrots. Alright, I understand. I'll get straight to the point then. That said, this is sort of a thorny issue, and one we'll have to confront sooner or later. You see, there's a place I'd like you to show you all to best share the information we have. But the quickest way to get there requires us to cut through an incredibly powerful creature's lair. And when I say incredibly powerful, I mean something that makes those giants you fought earlier look like nothing. Ah. So we're gonna have to fight this thing. Indeed. We'll need to eliminate this creature if I'm going to safely show you around the place I'd like you all to see. Which fan game was that? I think I know which one you're talking about, but tell me just to be safe. Besides, we also need to whittle the enemy's forces down at some point. So what do you say, Chaldeans? I leave the decision in your hands. If that's what Taigong wants to do, I'll go along with him. I'm with you, whatever you decide, of course, Master. Master. Let's go! Besides, I want to hear everything he has to say. Right. Then it's settled. Go along, then. This will be our first operation together. Yay! Finally, the end of the cutscene! Nope, never mind. More cutscene. What do we do apart from cutscenes? More cutscenes! This blizzard is making it very hard to see. Please hold on to me, Master. This is no ordinary weather. Sonic Robo Blast, too. I think I've seen a speedrun of that at GDQ. And then there's the... lightning, huh? Yep, lightning. Hang on. What's that past the lightning? A mountain? No, it's not a mountain. Now I get it. So they've got that kind of stuff here, huh? Maybe that's why I'm here. This is all so messed up. That's right. That's no mountain. It's something you're already very familiar with. A being who commands lightning and blizzards, and who commands incredible magical energy. Of the various kings who disappeared into the rift, some of them went peacefully, some of them kicking and screaming. He was the very first.
Ivan the Terrible, the Terrible, the Terrible. Ah!
Bruh, nice trunk. Ivan the Terrible? That's right, a complete recreation of Ivan the Terrible constructed entirely from magical energy. Of course, I only learned of his actual name earlier when you told me about the Lost Belts, but never mind that now. At any rate, the unfortunate truth of the matter is he's been made into one of Daki's weapons. Italy's food? I don't know, I don't have a lot of it. Italian food, I guess, is pretty good. At least the Americanized version of it that I tend to probably find. At present, he's one of the single strongest creatures in this place, and he's guarding his base. And that, as I'm sure you can imagine, is quite a conundrum. Yeah, I can see that. He's strong and heavy. Very heavy. Did I mention strong? And to make matters worse, he'll even leave his base. All your base are belong to us, to lend his aid to other areas if he's needed. Which, for all intents and purposes, makes him an incredible pain in the ass. Indeed. Wow, I'm amazed. You guys are planning to take that thing on? Yes, that's great. Those 3 giant generals earlier were exciting, but this? Wow. It's time to kick ass and chew bubble gum. But I'm all out of gum. I've got balls of steel. Balls of steel. Balls, 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 balls of steel. One of my favorite videos on the internet is Ventrilo Harassment, where it's Duke Nukem soundboards pissing off people playing, like, I don't know, probably Call of Duty and or WoW. I like you guys. This will definitely be worth the hard work. What do you think, Master? Me going all out won't kill you, right? Go for it, Ibuki Doji. Got him. Then I'll go even harder. Just don't blame me if you run out of magical energy, okay? It's okay, Foe. I always keep a close eye on Senpai's magical energy levels. I'll have Orochi hold that big elephant down. Then you guys hit him with everything you've got. Right. I'm ready for battle. Habitrot, can you help me? I'm up again, huh? You got it. Whoa, when did it get so cold? Aw, who cares? Don't worry, I'm not gonna let a little frost bring me down. I'll make sure the black barrel's okay, too. Huh, I didn't know you had another small friend. And you mean business, too. Not bad. Alright, everyone.
Let's get him, guys!
Okay, so we're on to section 5. But first, I want to roll a Nikitich. She's only a 4-star, but as we've seen before, I tend to have a harder time getting the goddamn 4-star than anything else. Actually, the foe impression is really easy. It's stuff like Gordolf that hurts my throat more. When I'm talking like this versus... 5 stars have 1% chance? Is it that bad? I wouldn't be surprised. I would not be surprised. Fate Unlimited Bladeworks Blu-ray? Really? Sorry, you can't find it on Right Stuff or Aniplex? Well, Freedom Planets is, yeah, loosely inspired, for sure. Well, we know what gourd sounds like, just not gore at all. Yeah, you shop on Amazon, but I don't think they carry Aniplex products on Amazon. So you're going to have a hard time. Sometimes you gotta go where they sell it. Originally, but it's got completely new characters and lore, right? It is cool, though. I do like it. Nothing! Although, if I max limit broke the wolves, how much better would that be? That's an interesting craft essence. I'm used to shitty gacha. Get out of here, Shinji! Alright, now... Oh, that's nice. Sella and Liesrit. Ronnie! Although you're nothing new. Nothing! Yet again. Oh, hey! It's a gold! He's the gold, be a rider. Oh, you're not a rider, you're a lancer? I don't want Percival! Spookity spook spoop. Spookity spoop spoop. If you MLB the wolf grass essence, it only gives you a 30% damage mod. So not a lot. Do you remember Sonic Unleashed? Yeah. Oh, this one's a rider.
No! I don't want the 5-star! God damn it!
Is he any good against, I mean, he should be a proper human history guy, so he shouldn't be very good against Koyanskaya. Yeah, he's not one of the good ones. He's a fox killer, but does he take extra damage? I don't see him on the list. Get any new Nikkei I like? Not. My luck hasn't been that good. I like the new Mika, She's cute. Okay, so he does. Okay, he could be very useful in the battle. I still want my Nikiteach. Is he a single target? What's his noble Noble Phantasm. AoE? They're all AoE, damn it. I guess that's okay because there are a lot of like the Koyanskaya boss battle has some hardcore shit. Well, we're not done yet. Holiday question, what, Leo? Oh, that was weird. Like the flame stayed on the top of the screen for a while. Do you have a favorite Padoru? I mean, beyond Nero, I guess? Nero is best Padoru. Code Geass Lost Stories? Has it come out or something? Oh no, that's the mobile game, right? Lost Stories? No, I have not been. As much as I love Code Geass, another gacha game is not how they should have approached it. This craft essence always looked pretty good. Damn, this game is not even giving me servants anymore. I got another Tai Gong Wang. Well, there you go. Oh, please. Please, please, please. I just want the hot chick. Come on, please, 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 please. Yay! Yay! Dobrynia. Welcome. Ooh, that's a cute craft essence. No, I don't have respect for any live service game that's gonna shut down eventually. I can only pick like one or two of those to invest myself in. The others are just begging for my time and they don't deserve it. Did Nikkei get a Christmas thing? Yeah, they did. Alrighty, let's level some of these guys up because Lord knows I have enough embers. First of all, before I forget, let's Noble Phantasm, my buddy. Where the hell are you? There you are. Oh, so this is Dobrinia's wife. Interesting.
我ながらいい調整だ。惚れ惚れしちゃう。次はもっといい仕事をするからね。じゃん。そろそろクエストに戻る？いいよ。その代わり戻ってきたらまた。
Alright, so what do these craft essences do? Just attack 50% for yourself. Well, that's pretty good. Good if yours is... Well, what is your Noble Phantasm, lady? What is your Noble Phantasm like? Ah, stop it. Oh wait, never mind. She's Buster. Well, thanks for that. She should be fine with that craft essence then. In your case, then, I'll upgrade you. Definitely upgrade you. Arts card effect is this. Hell yeah. Everybody gets a craft essence. Although my saber should definitely be Barghest.
Yeah, いらっしゃいだ。
Oh yeah, and you guys are telling me I have to keep Kiara in her third ascension. Oh wait, this is her third ascension, isn't it? Oh, do I have to do that in order for it to count? Is that what it means when you have her in her third ascension? Do I have to do all of this for her to count as her third ascension? Because that's bullshit. Alright, let's find Dobrynia. Where's she hiding? Well, it's by level, so... I always hate looking for servants. Urgh. There you are. Just the form that enters battle? Well, that's vague as hell. You mean the sprite? Well, if I have to change the battle sprite, then I might as well change them all until after the event, and then I can put her back to the sexier one. Yes, Nike has fantastic waifu. So I really like this ascension. Yes! Yes, you take off the clothes. That's always the best. Well, yeah, I could do those duplicates, but I'm also here with y'all. That's always really boring work. Ah, gotta readjust myself in the seat. Ah. Ascension, ascension. Yeah, I don't know what kind of ears those are supposed to be. So if... well, never mind. Is that all of my thingies? Okay. What about you, though? Dump you some foo-foos! But is there no R in her name? No, it's got a Dobrynia. Dobrynia. Oh, there's my apology quartz, which wasn't much. Try to retrieve all of these. I wish they would just combine these all when they give me a bunch in the lottery. You know, it's a pain in the butt. Always big pain in the butt. Year after year, event after event, they do this to me. Wish there was a way to select more of them more quickly. There's a lot of foe, man. My inventory's full? Really? Alright, well, we're gonna sell some things. Oh great, now Dabrina is going to be somewhere in like the middle. I think she was like at level 58. Is that right? Aha! Yeah, there she is. I will tickle you all day long. Oh, she put her clothes back on. See, that's lame. Too bad. I'm gonna put you back. Are you gonna roll for Koyanskaya of Darkness? I plan on it, yeah. I never got Koyanskaya of Light, so... That's a cool portrait. Yep, they eat a lot at high levels. But they also give you a shit ton of embers if you play the events, so... Kill count? Oh, I can check for you. Give me a sec. Maybe someone's already doing it. Dobrina Nikotic? Well, I assume you mean how much HP is left, right? Alright, time to change your costume around. Second Ascension there. That's fine for your final since we don't see what I want to see anyway. For that, we'd definitely go in Second Ascension. And for your character skin, voila. Though you can hardly see it, because she's all crouched over. Any new person in the new Lost Belt? This isn't a new Lost Belt, though. Technically not. It's a new story chapter, but yeah. Okay, yeah, we got 13 mil left on this bitch, and I've only fought it the one time so far. Didn't just waste all my luck on the 5 stars I didn't even wand. Well, that's how it is, isn't it? You don't really get to choose your luck, do you? Alright, so... Right, my room. You were doing cutscenes. I forgot all about it. Back to reading. The blizzard, it's disappearing. We've won! Great job, everybody. Way to go! You did great, Master and Mashu. So did you, Taigong. And Nikki T and Happy Cat. I could really go for a drink. Oh yeah, a little after-work drink always hit the spot. I love kicking back with an apple water after an all-nighter. Make sure you call me the next time you're celebrating, okay? Anyway, I'm going back to sleep. Night. Oh! That was weird. Why did she freak out like that? Foe? Is something wrong, Mashu? Oh, I was just thinking. The fact that Ivan the Terrible's body was recreated here means Koyanskaya managed to add a Lost Belt king to her stock of weapons back in the Russian Lost Belt. Are the other recreations like this? Not that many. Taigong Wang and I took a bunch of them down. Well then, why don't I start with the information I have on the hostile creatures populating this place? As you've already seen for yourselves, there are, broadly speaking, 2 types of creatures here. First, mass-produced ones which reproduce on their own as a species. Those must be the creatures that were unique to each Lost Belt. Yes, that's right. Yagas and Kali, was it? And of course, you ran into Scandinavian giants, too. We call them mass-produced units like Lostkin. Or like those Lostkin. While you do see the occasional rare variant, like those more advanced giants. It's generally safe to think of them as the common foot soldiers. Oh, by the way, I coined the term Lostkin. You're welcome to use it. At any rate, they can be categorized as a species that inhabit this place. Next, we have reproduced super units. That reproduction of the Lightning Tsar we fought now is a perfect example. I've categorized units like those as lost weapons, singular threats that aren't part of any species. So we have lost kin, which are hostile species, and lost weapons, which are hostile individual beings. Simple, no? To date, Daki has added 6 types of lost kin and 6 types of lost weapons. 6 species, 6 units. I wonder how many she's planning to collect when all's said and done. There are 7 Lost Belts after all. But 7 wouldn't be a very fitting number for her, would it? Do I have Melusine? No. I never got her. At any rate, our work here is done. This should put a real dent in her fighting forces. Now, shall we move on? Let's shall. Here we go. Dragon, you carry Mashu and Sarah. Sure thing. Yippee! Yes, this should do nicely. Now let's continue where we left off. Lost kin have two distinct behavioral patterns. What other ones? The other fairy knights? Either they remain on standby in a given area, or they patrol a predefined route at regular intervals. But this place is far away from both any areas they populate, generally, and their patrol routes. I've got Barghest and Bobanshi, so it should be relatively safe. Fo, you shouldn't get too close to the Fish, Fo! Oh wow, there really are a lot of fish here. Yep, they're tasty. I see. Want one? Oh really? Gosh, how can I say no to an offer from a pretty girl? Remind me, Lemon, do dragonkin eat fish? You were just thinking of Sol Munier, weren't you? Anyway, how the hell would I know what a divine dragon eats? Gun to my head. I guess I'd eat meat, though. Oh, and booze. I think they really like booze. You're going to do some fishing. Would you like some help? I'm a fairly good fisherman myself. Oh, right. How old is Melusine? I don't remember. I mean, she's still going to be old, Lost Belt, timeline-wise. Don't know if you count her as old as Albion or when she finally manifested as the sludge. You were famous for your fishing, weren't you? In some parts of the world, your name is even closely associated with fisherfolk and fishing enthusiasts. Huh, didn't know that. It's true. True, but of course I didn't come here to fish. I'm here to hunt a fox, a beast who has it out for all of humanity. What anime am I looking forward to watching next year? Oh man, that's a good question. Let me take a look and see what's even on the horizon. I don't know. Let's pull up Mal. Although I don't like how Mal doesn't think Scott Pilgrim is an anime. Because it is. Let's looky here. Winter 2024. Nothing yanking at me yet. I've heard Metallic Rouge is pretty good. I might look at that. There's more Urusei Yatsura. I'll definitely watch that. Freeren will continue, so I'll keep watching that. Undead Unluck, I might be a little curious in, only because that one chick is kind of cute. But if that's not enough to hold the show up, then I won't. That's it for the upcoming season, anyway. Konosuba, hell yeah, definitely looking forward to that. Can't really go wrong with Kimetsu no Yaiba. I'll watch that. Mushoku Tensei, definitely watch that. Hibiki Euphonium, another one, huh? I will probably watch that. I might have to, like, catch myself up on that series. It's been a while. Ooh, a racing anime with cute girls? High Speed Etoile. I don't know how you pronounce that. It sounds French. Etoile. That could be cool. The new Code Geass, I definitely will check out, even though it's a freaking movie. God damn it, it should be a show. Of course, at some point it would be nice to see Spy Family. I didn't realize we were getting another One Punch Man season, as well as Yojo Senki, finally. And Oshinoko, those are cool. Eventually, whenever those happen to come out. I've pretty much dropped ReZero at this point. Danmachi. Always will do that. Strange Fake, whenever the hell that comes out. I might check out the new Spice and Wolf. I'm not too excited, but I'll continue watching MF Ghost. I can't believe there's going to be a third season of Kimi ni Todoke after all this time. Maybe their relationship will finally go somewhere. Whenever the Mahoyo movie comes out, that'll be fun. Eventually there'll be another Prisma Ilia movie. Take forever to get there, but eventually, I suppose. And that about does it. She's 119 for Melusine. That makes sense. Friren's great. I think I'm going to do a waifu files on Frieren. Try to get some of the other ones. The larger waifu files I'll be working on next is probably going to be Evangelion. Because I saw some video recently, or no, a tweet, where Vosh, whatever you call his name, was giving him crap again. For problematic things in Evangelion. I'm like, shut up. Shut up. Yeah, Danmachi's awesome. Huh, you don't see that every day. Even though you've materialized as a rogue servant, you're obviously also fully cognizant of your directive from humanity. Does that mean it was the world itself that summoned you, not just this place? Yes, something like that. Then does that mean you were sent by the counterfor... Oh, no, it's nothing as clearly defined as that. Really? Well, in Japanese, everybody just calls her Frieren. Frieren. I have not watched Girls und Panzer. No, I have not. I think I've seen some good ones, but yeah. Evangelion is an absolute classic. Alright, this may not be the time to be modest, so I'll just go ahead and say it. The truth is, given everything I can do, it would have been entirely plausible for me to have materialized as a Grand Caster. Huh? What? Seriously? What's up, you catch a fish already? No, not yet. A Grand Caster. That's right, a Grand Caster. Though I suppose a Grand Rider wouldn't have been out of the question either. Point is, I easily qualify for some of the Grand Servants, or for some form of Grand Servant, but for some reason I materialized in an ordinary Rider Spirit origin. And furthermore, since I'm constantly using Fang Shu to bend the rules, so I can just barely avoid being sent away, I'm afraid I'm currently a far cry from my true strength, embarrassing as that is. Yeah, I saw Dawson. So you really are a serious beast hunter, a professional beast exterminator. But right now you've materialized in a standard spirit origin. Still, having you on our side is going to be a big help. I do think it would be possible to make a Hollow Ataraxia anime. It would be kind of like just a bunch of skits and stuff too, though. It depends. Regardless of my spirit origin state, there's still just one thing humanity wishes of me. My job here is to eliminate the Beast 4 candidate who's been running around doing whatever she pleases. It's not easy, let me tell you. Well, Gurren Lagann is wonderful. I love that show too. Between humanity itself and Lord Yuanshi Tianzun, it seems I always end up working for total slave drivers. Yeah, I see. Is that some sort of Kunlun Mountains joke? Because otherwise, I'm afraid I'm not sure of how to respond to a sudden reference to one of the most supreme beings in all of mythology. If it were a joke, I can't say it was all that funny. All that being said, I'm afraid I've also lost a fair amount of magical energy, which is why I would like to ask you for help. Man, Evangelion, yeah. I remember finishing that show the day I went to go see Bruce Almighty with a friend. I think I was in middle school? And I remember being confused as hell, like, what am I even watching? Of course, it would take various years to you know, figure it out. What's crazy is when I do the waifu files for Evangelion, I'll have to remember that there is one particular set of video games, or just one video game, I don't remember, where Shinji has a girlfriend. Which is nuts. Yeah, Frieren was really good. It looked okay from a distance, and then as more news and plot synopses came out, I'm just like, holy fuck, okay, I gotta watch it. And yep, it's good. It's very good. You've only seen the movies, like the reboot movies? Because the show is... The original show and End of Evangelion are the best. Then the reboot movies, they're okay, but not nearly as classic. Oh, not at all. We're the ones who would be grateful for you for help. Let's fight her together, Taigong. Nikitich? Well said. It would be my pleasure. Same. As for the fish, I could catch some soon. Or I should. Ugh. Hungry animals. Alright, while Nikitich handles the fishing, why don't we get into our information exchange? So the Yagas, those beastmen, are from the Russian Lost Belt. I mean, if you've only watched End of Evangelion, like, why? Because that's literally supposed to be meant to accompany the show, be an alternate ending to the last 2 episodes of the show. So you'd be freaking confused, as if, you know, you wouldn't be anyway. So the Yagas, those beastmen, are from the Russian Lost Belt. And the Giants are from the Scandinavian Lost Belt. So what did she collect from the Chinese Lost Belt? We still don't know. We haven't encountered anything from there yet. Isn't the Chinese one where they drilled holes in her? That was kind of cool. End of Evangelion is absolutely genius. Though, yeah, its ending is morbid as fuck. It's just like, okay. But as a cinematic experience, oh boy, it's very good. Let me hazard a guess. Was there by any chance some sort of tiger-headed tank in the Chinese Lost Belt? Yeah, unfortunately those things are there. Yes, there was. There was, wasn't there? They still make you fight it from time to time. I see. I had a feeling those lost kin were from the Chinese Lost Belt. But those were machines, not living creatures. Well, they're living creatures here, or at least the tiger heads I saw in this territory were. That sounds morbid. Just a floating head, attached to a metal body. They growled and everything. Huh? Nasu's weird. So, from what we've seen and what you've told us, Koyanskaya's forces here are basically a smorgasbord of things she scooped up from the Lost Belts. In general, yes. The 6 types of lost kin mostly stick out on their own territories, except for the few that go out on patrol. Well, Koyanskaya kinda deserved it. It was like a interesting torture scene, you know? The lost weapons, on the other hand, exist to defend their bases and provide additional military power when the situation calls for it. I know, well, Evangelion was loaded with all sorts of drama going on and, you know, regarding its production and stuff, but at the end of the day, I still look back at what they created with admiration. Just like that reproduction of Ivan the Terrible was doing earlier. Indeed, both the kin and the weapons have been positioned extremely effectively. Koyanskaya knows exactly where this land's ley lines are, So even after you kill some kin, new ones come to replace them at regular intervals. So the kin basically respawn infinitely, and you two have been fighting them all on your own. That's all the more impressive considering you've been in the middle of enemy territory this whole time. I'm amazed you managed to survive this long. We owe it all to my amazing talent for turning tail and running from danger. That said, we thoroughly exterminating the kin does give you some time to breathe, so fighting them is hardly meaningless. So, Koyanskaya completely controls the ley lines here. That's gonna make it pretty hard to put down her summoning circles. I'm afraid so. Still, like I said earlier, neither the kin nor the weapons have any sort of data connection to Koyanskaya or her headquarters. They're disconnected from her magical energy too. They're all completely independent. So unless you get extremely close to Koyanskaya's castle at the heart of this place, it's very unlikely she'll even know you're here. Her castle, huh? Splash! There, I caught some fish. That's one way to catch a fish. Oh no, you're completely soaked. Are you okay? I'm fine. Chip, 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 chip. Yay, like a dog. That's cute. Shake it off. There, all dry. Wait, now I'm all wet. Ibuki Doji really mellowed out, didn't she? That reminds me, do those ears mean you're the personification of some kind of animal, Nikiti? Oh, you were asking about that earlier. You're really good at shaking yourself dry, too. Wow, you just went there, Ibuki Doji. Oh, you want to know about my ears? Yes, I've been wondering myself, Nikitij. Are you a beast man? No, I'm not. She's not? But my beautiful wife was a brave giantess hero, and she was closer to beasts than humans. So either you're a lesbian or a man who is genuinely gender bent. So I'm guessing you're recreating your wife's features with your spirit origin then? Aw, so you're keeping your mate's love as a protective charm now that you're a heroic spirit. That's so sweet. Aha! So that's why you're in female form. Nope. Oh. Then again, maybe not. Oh? Then your ears and appearance are some sort of protection from your wife? Well, which is it? And Nasu's being a dick yet again. Now then, I have a hypothesis I'd like to share with you. Yeah, it sounds like what 02 did quite a bit, Bo. It pertains to what exactly is keeping human history's heroic spirits out of this place. Easy as it would be to tell you now, I'd like to give you me some time to prepare. Oh, why is that? Because there are some things I need to explain for you to fully understand. That's why you need to learn more about this place, and to do that, there are two spots in particular I'd like to show you. Seeing them for yourselves will be much faster than me just explaining things. But most importantly, it will greatly change your understanding about the ruler here, Koyanskaya. What's more, it should help you also understand why heroic spirits like Nikitich and Lady Ibuki Doji are able to stay materialized here. Man, you really do like to take your sweet time getting to the point, don't you, Tai Gongwang? Or would you prefer Lord Tai Gongwang, Grand Servant Candidate? When you put it on a presentation, you should make every point count, right? I've always been a stickler for these kinds of details. And besides, there really are some things out there that words alone just can't do justice to. At least, that's how I felt about it. I can't guarantee you'll feel the same. I see. What do you think of all this, Sarah? Mashu? They say a picture's worth 1,000 words, right? Are we moving out? That's fine, but let's eat the fish first. I'll cook it. I'm sorry, Nikitich, but I don't think making a smoky campfire is a good idea. Then use an art. That's your solution? I don't remember if I was a sage art, or it was a sage art, or some fuck you. Sorry. Or some Taoist technique, or what. But you had something that lets you cook fish, right? You know that one. It lets you season the fish perfectly, with as much salt, pepper, and anything else you like. Now go on, do it. I already stuck them on sticks and everything. Oh, very well. Ooh, that smells good. Those fish are cooking up so quickly. What would your strategy be? Man, that's a good question. Personally, I feel like I'm the type who would probably wind up laying low and letting other people beat each other up first. The philosophy keys being used to cook fish. I didn't know sage arts could do that. Oh, it's just something I came up with myself. I do love fishing, and I figured it'd be so much better if you didn't have to wait until you got home to eat all the fish you caught. That's amazing, Taigong Wang. No wonder your name is synonymous with anglers. Huh? It is? Well, gosh. Now you're gonna make me blush. The fish are almost done. First we eat, then we get going. You can't fight at your best on an empty stomach. Besides, you all look like you're really young. So go on, eat up. You need to eat to recover your strength, especially when you've been fighting one battle after another. Then we go on to the next one. Yes, ma'am. This seems like a good chance for us to eat, too. Maybe I'll also make a fish. Una sola la meunière could hit the spot right now. You rang? No, I didn't ring from you, morning call. What to make? Oh wow, this is delicious. It's not too hard, not too soft. It smells great, too. And it's just as light and refreshing as the best freshwater fish I've ever had. Oh my gosh, this is yummy. No, it's downright scrumptious. I think I'll have seconds. Any Nikkei beaten your fave yet? Nope. Still milk. Mo. Huh? I guess dragons do eat fish. Rah. It talked? Talked! Foe? Let me introduce you properly. This is my faithful horse. An evil dragon cursed him and turned him into a dragon. But he's still a horse at heart. Be nice to them, dragon. Huh, I didn't know that. I'm Ibuki Doji. I still don't remember all that much about myself. But it's still nice to meet you. Damn, I can't believe how pretty this dragon is. The pleasure's all mine, Ibuki. Yep, he's talking alright. Not the first talking horse we've ever seen. That's true, though you certainly don't see horses this eloquent every day. Although we do have one of them in Chaldea. He's a perfect gentle horse. I see, good manners are, well, good. Oh, that reminds me. Be careful around my mount. Mashu and Sarah. He's a bit of a lecher. I'm sorry? He loves women, so if he ever nuzzles your butt or something, just do this. Making a fist and swinging it down. Woo! Oh yeah? You do see male animals that have a thing for human women like that. Especially young human women. Wait, why do I remember all of these things? That's weird. I'll be careful, thank you. Keep a watchful eye on the dragon. Oh, you're gonna be careful now? Damn. Phooey. And here I thought I could get to know some new hotties nice and intimately. Yes. Oh well, who cares? You're still gonna end up straddling me in the end. There, see, he took the perfectly innocent act of mounting a steed and made it dirty. You just earned yourself one of these. Oh, baby, hurt me like you love me. Stop it, stupid horse, that's it. No dinner for you today. What? Come on, master, anything but that. Huh. Could I speak to you for a moment? Chamomile? Come on, Chubbs, don't leave the oven unattended. Anyway, what is it? I don't think this is all my imagination, but just to be sure. We're not in Bremen, and these are no town musicians, right? Ugh. Go, my mount. You got it, boss. Let's go, let's go, let's go! They got on the dragon's back and took to the skies above the forest. Tai Gong Wong advised them to be cautious and avoid contact with the lost kin as they made their way to the canyon off in the distance.
Take me towards the canyon.
The white dragon's powerful wings carried them quickly, and it wasn't long before they arrived at their destination. After a careful survey of their surroundings to ensure there were no lost kin nearby, the dragon brought them down for a landing. There. The canyon's surprising sights stretched out before them. Whoa. Hey, it's the goat! It's the goat with the taste! Cultured goat. Whatever noise that is. Wow, you don't see animals like that every day. Though they do look like they're natural four-legged beasts. Nope, I can't remember ever seeing animals like that before. You sure none of those lost kin spotted you, Ibuki? Don't worry, I scouted ahead before we came here. We should be good. I saw 3 groups of them on the ground, and none of them looked to be all that strong. So what's the deal with those animals? They are some of the things I wanted you to see. They're much easier to show than describe. So do you happen to know what those animals are called? Chimera? They're chimera, right? No, I don't. Physically, the closest animal I can think of is a goat. But they diverge too much to be a species of goat. A goat, or maybe a sheep? With those legs? I don't think so. I give up. I have no memory of anything like them, and they don't match any entries in the Border's copy of Chaldea's database either. Could they be phantasmals, maybe? That's definitely possible. They could well be paranormal. Beings from the realm of mystics, similar to demonic beasts and phantasmals. While not belonging to any standard creature's genealogical tree. Still, I don't know. I get the sense that they're just ordinary animals from the natural world, in no way associated with mystics. They seem that way to me, too. They do seem a little too rustic to be phantasmals, and they absolutely look like they have a place in the food chain as well. Indeed, indeed. Phoenixes? Strong in the Nasuverse? I believe so. They were something very phoenixy-like in one of the Elmaloys. I can't remember exactly. I think one of the beasts was a phoenix or something. Let me cut right to the chase. Those animals are not native to Tunguska. They're also not phantasmals, nor do they have any notable amount of magical energy. And yet, they are the predominant form of life here, with no predators to worry about. So they're at the top of the food chain? They formed herds, you see. They start in very small groups, then expand into vast herds. Let's see then. I'd say there are several hundred of them to a herd just in this canyon alone. You mean out here in this environment? That's right. Well, that's strange. Regardless of whether these creatures are herbivores, carnivores, or omnivores, I don't see any food sources around here. This is only a colony. They hunt for food elsewhere, primarily in rivers and woodlands. Or rather, those whose vocation is hunting do it for them. Huh? I'm sorry, what? Did you just say vocation? Yes, I did. The first thing you should know is these creatures have families. They also form settlements, have different roles according to their profession, and otherwise contribute to their settlements. That is their society. Though, of course, the children are exempt from such responsibilities. Incidentally, they have a very diverse set of professions. And since they've formed a society, you could also say they're social creatures. Wait, hang on. That sounds like certain kinds of insects, or maybe even... humans?
They're like humans.
Right, Senpai. In the Russian Lost Belt, humankind altered themselves to adapt to the harsh new environment. If something similar happened in this era, then... No, I'm afraid that's not it. Please don't misunderstand. Those creatures are absolutely not humans. But I suspect they've been designed to be the most human-like creatures here. Spooky, spooky! That's why they were sniffing Mashu's butt. They know exactly what they're doing. They know exactly what they're doing. Take a look at that. Those creatures have been designed to favor familial love above all else. You mean like humans? Good question. Makes you uneasy, doesn't it? I felt the same way when I first learned about this. Unfortunately, Nikitich just hasn't cared at all every time I tried to tell her how strange this is. Of course. You don't need to explain the obvious. That's what obvious means. See what I mean? Now then, let me share another important fact with you while you're processing this new information. These creatures are not the only oddity to be found here. Huh? You mean there's still more? Like what? To start, there's no such, There's not so much as one creature in this entire place that we actually recognize. Well, okay, they may not be true of the microorganisms, but I've had the means to check on that, so I've not had the means. However, it is true of the insects, the fish, the trees. Every single living thing you see. Even those freshwater trout we ate earlier weren't actually trout. They may have looked like trout, but their internal organs and such, they're arranged like no fish I've ever seen. So every animal here is a brand new species. Exactly. This place is a biologist's dream. Outside the special region, discoveries of new species are few and far between. But here, there's one around every corner. And what's more, you can't even tell which genealogical tree they may have evolved from. I'm not really up to date on modern science, but I can get by quite decently with my feng shui. And even so, I have no clue how these creatures could have evolved the way they did. Not even an inkling. Nothing about their composition or their ecology makes any sense. As far as I can tell, they shouldn't even exist. You sure about that? I am. So why are they like that? That is the question, isn't it? Sadly, I'm as clueless as the rest of you there. All I can say for sure at this point is that what I've observed for myself. As to what this place's ruler might be up to? The Chaldeans decided they should verify Taigong Wang's claims for themselves, and set about making their own observations and collecting samples. They made sure to send video captures of their efforts to the Shadow Border. They did not have advanced specimen collecting kits with them, but they did have basic ones in the Ortnax's storage compartment, so they used those and transmitted the data back to the border. Following a bit of field research, the Shadow Border's crew had enough data to analyze. About an hour later, Chaldea finally had a solid understanding of this region's unique properties. I'm not going to do the whole story today. I will be streaming throughout the week. Taigong Wang had been telling the truth. You can't summon two of the same class? Well, that sucks. That sucks. I guess maybe Artoria and Skahawk then. Fine. Sabai Lanza. But that leaves Mordred out of this picture, and it's like, oh, otherwise I do Artoria and Mordred. This environment was as far removed from human histories as the Lost Belts. Furthermore, unlike the Lost Belts they had encountered so far,
oh, it's so cute. They're getting along in nature. There were no humans.
not a single, solitary person to be found anywhere. There were no creatures, obviously capable of speech, nor were there any who formed culture or civilization. While there were large herds at the top of the food chain, there were no creatures standing above it. There were no humans anywhere to be found. While there were some creatures who formed groups like humans, there was no sign of any actual humans. There were no signs of settlements, no leftover traps from hunters who had set foot in the woods. Not even a sign of one getting lost and making camp for a night. There should have been at least a few traces of such things in the old Tunguska forest, and yet there were not.
Gotta stretch again.
It was a world full of strange, unknown plants and animals, and nothing more. It's like a sanctuary for creatures that don't exist on Earth. It's beautiful. Yes, it is. I'm not quite sure how to put this into words, but I think there's something beautiful about this landscape, too. So that's how you two feel about this, huh? You don't hate or fear these things because they're new and unfamiliar. Instead, they excite you precisely because they're new and unfamiliar, much like explorers charting new lands. Perhaps that's due to your unwavering bravery. Or to your youthful states of mind. Did you hear that? Looks like these young people have good heads on their shoulders, Tai Gong Wang. I'm not sure what that means as much as you might think, coming from an eternally young warrior like yourself. At any rate, now that you've seen this for yourselves, there's something I can finally tell you. This primeval landscape you see here is only one side of this special region. There's also a second, very different side to it. A second side? I call the one you're seeing now the Life Zone. The Life Zone is truly the cycle of nature writ large. It's a place where any form of violence other than what's strictly needed to acquire food doesn't exist. A place where life is rich and abundant. A paradise. So what's on the other side? The other side is exactly the opposite of paradise, in a word.
The Death Sanctuary. Jigo Kuda! Oh no!
From murderous wastelands.
Oh no.
So yeah, I'll be wrapping up within the hour. I've got to hop on a Discord call with Sippy VA to teach him about Vroid models. If you guys didn't know, if you're interested in being a VTuber, you can pay me the $20 a month tier, and I will be your tutor in all the things that I do. I heard voices like memories. Then I heard truths. My slumber was necessary for my growth. Stone, iron, fire, oil. Countless intense torrents. Each one had a tool that tore the world apart, paving the way for a new age. They were both loathsome and awe-inspiring. That explains it. If this is what humans are like, then of course they would take whatever they could. Countless thundering roars, the echoing sounds of violence, hitting, cutting, shooting, developing. As I listened to this lullaby of life and death, I became more and more myself. Sudden death, sudden power, sudden thunderclaps, coexistence and conflict, preservation and disposal, exploitation and subordination. And on top of that, you continue to love and be loved. How horrible. How wonderful. Ah. The edges of my mouth curled up into a smile. That's fine. If that's how you are, that's fine. Contradictions, failures, deviants, egotists. You have primal urges to seek love, then toy with it once found. If that is what you are. then I should be able to do the same.
I want to do it too.
It's the wasteland. It's the wasteland.
Ah. Oh yeah, there's where the gator gun things come in. Such weird monster designs.
Pew, 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 pew. Ah! Gatling guns coming out of your face!
Ouch! My tongue is a gun, and it's like, ouch!
Oh!
KO. Double kill. It was a massacre. Groups of creatures, seemingly of the same species, spat fire from their martial organs and killed one another by firing uncountable lead projectiles. After each kill, they sneered. They moved on to another target, killed it, and sneered again. Can they sneer with their mouths? Over and over again, with no end in sight. The ground ran red with blood, and before it could dry, new blood poured in. The Death Zone! Yay! Murder! Slaughter! Killing, killing, and more killing! An unbroken chain of massacre upon massacre, repeated time after time after time. If you're lost, and you look, then you will find me, shooting at you from my mouth. If you fall, I will catch you, I'll be waiting, with a gun in my mouth. Sticking out of my mouth, not pointed inwards. A cruel and brutal world that calls for the Live Zone's existence into question. Catch you later, Cool Kermit. It's populated by a lost kin subspecies made from mixing 6 different species together. All these twisted creatures do here is use their built-in firearms to kill one another, having nothing to do with any food chain. It's like something straight out of hell. I call this second side. I thought you already said it. The Death Zone. Yeah, you did. This is really something. Now, I wish our video feed hadn't been in full color. Mages are no strangers to conflict. I've seen more stuff. I've seen some stuff. It takes a lot more to surprise me. But, well, let's say my plans to make a roast beef dinner just went up in smoke. Now what are we supposed to do for dinner? Taigong Wang? I do apologize for that. Nevertheless, I felt it was both important, not to mention faster, for you to see this for yourselves. Simply describing it wouldn't convey the truths of this area's essence, after all. Whoops, sorry. Essence? Is that supposed to be a joke? What in the world are we supposed to get out of seeing the perverse show of incredible nastiness ourselves? I knew Caldea's leader would understand. That's exactly it. Huh? Nastiness. That's it. Now that you mention it, this place does seem like it would be right up that fox woman's twisted alley, which, I hasten to add, doesn't make me any happier to have seen it. At any rate, I understand why you're doing this, but... do you think you could go a little easier on us? Our field ops team is still young and impressionable. You know, I don't want them developing a negative mindset. Thanks for looking out for us, Director. Well, of course, your welfare is important after all. So don't pressure yourselves to confront everything at once or shoulder more responsibility than strictly necessary. Oh, you're looking out for your team's mental health? The sign of a good commander. Huh. Ah, stop that. We don't need your magical energy flaring up right now. This is gross. Courageous charges and death, valiant chunks of meat flying in all directions, blood spraying in the air. It's one thing to just describe sights like that, but seeing them in person feels really icky, says fucking Ibuki Doji of all people. Yeah, you're not that innocent, lady. You simply call this place the death zone. Even with all that fighting, there are no winners or losers here. They're killing for killing's sake. Is that what fighting's supposed to be about? I guess in a sense, that might be it exactly, or is it? Oh, I hate this. My memories and feelings are all a jumble. I don't want to look at this anymore, period. Woo! The dragon is right. If you ask me, the Tatars who attacked Russia were a perfect example. Those battles we fought against the bloodthirsty Tatars were just meaningless shows of nastiness too. Like the dragon said, that may be part of what fighting is all about. But a wasteland of nothing but death and destruction? That's just too... Never mind. A warrior shouldn't speak of such things. Forget I said anything. Russia. Come to think of it, you're a Russian hero, aren't you, Nikitich? Of course, just like every bogatyr. If there's a threat to the northern motherland, I'll be there to help. I'd do the same even if it were in the middle of a subspecies Holy Grail war. Honestly, I wish I could have fought in the Russian Lost Belt too. I'm so strong, I can do just about anything. I can even do something about the horrors of war threatening the northern motherland. Woo! Yep, I could handle them. Wow, you're so confident. Then what about that giant elephant, Ivan the Terrible? I could handle him too. Foo-foo! Of course, I'm not lying. I can do just about anything. I might not be able to defeat the actual original Lightning Tsar on my own, but there are still things I can do against him. A true warrior keeps fighting and never gives up. They make their own opportunities. If they lack strength, they find allies to help. Nothing is truly impossible. Then, could you cut down a tree of emptiness? No, I can't do that. So you don't claim you can do it? So you don't claim you can do everything? Have I not been saying just about everything? I can get rid of enemies invading my land, but if I'm not materialized, I can't do anything. I couldn't stop the earth from being bleached or the Lost Belts from taking root. In the end, I'm still just one warrior. But even so, I swore an oath. Once I agree to something, I always keep my word. So now that I've materialized here, I'm going to save my northern motherland. You have a very strong sense of duty, don't you, Nikiti? Yep. Well, there is arguably such a thing as being too dutiful. There's a legend about how the original Nikitich nearly lost his beloved wife to another warrior because of his overdeveloped sense of duty, you see. How did it go again? I think he spent so long on tour in Constantinople. That the Grand Prince of Kiev tried to convince your wife you were never coming back and that she should remarry? Yeah, that's right. Nearly losing my beloved wife to my sense of duty was my wake-up call to not let it get in the way of other important things. Why are you so upset, Nikiti? If anyone has a right to be angry here, it should be your wife, no? You know, that's a good point. I swear. Huh? Okay, I'm done collecting data. It looks like those horrid bipedal beasts that apparently have all have a bunch of built-in guns. We'll just keep killing each other as long as these stay far enough away from them. Luckily, they can't detect things from too far away since their scanning range isn't great. They do seem to be packing some serious firepower, but it's strictly optimized for head-to-head combat. It doesn't look like they have any patrol units. You don't look so hot, Da Vinci. Me? I'm totally fine. It's you guys I'm worried about. These aren't exactly the most pleasant sights you're seeing, after all. It's the inherent wrongness of those things. These combat beasts in the death zone inspire indescribable discomfort in people by their very nature. Combat beasts. That's pretty on the nose, but it's also nice and straightforward. Anyway, these things walk on two legs like humans. They kill with guns like humans. And above all, they're obsessed with killing like humans. The Lamu you guys saw in Uruk were pretty horrific creatures too, but at least they had the intelligence to follow their mother. But these combat beasts don't even have that. It's like they were born solely to kill each other. In a way, they're caricatures of humans, however much they roar and act like beasts. They possess both weapons and cruelty unique to humans. You'd never see that in creatures of the natural world. Cruelty, Ibuki Doji. You said that cruelty might be part of fighting and what it's all about, but that's only true for battles between humans. The fights in the natural world aren't like that at all. Then let me ask you this, Lady Da Vinci. Why do these combat beasts possess those two qualities? In fact, let's put it another way. Why did Koyanskaya endow them with those traits? First thing comes to mind? That's fine with me. I'm guessing, I admit, but it's not all that hard. I bet anything she did it to kill humans. Brilliant. I should have known you'd get right to the heart of it, Leonardo da Vinci. You truly are a Renaissance genius. And let me add one more thing. Your analysis earlier was largely correct, but it missed one crucial detail. I believe the combat beast's scanning range is very short. At least for others of their kind. You're trying to say that those things are humans. But the question is it also short for their primary prey? So they largely ignore heroic spirits, but they're super quick to target humans? Oh, that's my theory.
Masho!
I'm here, senpai.
Let's go.
Ah. Way to bury the lead. Damn it, Sarah Mashu. Preparing to intercept the enemy. Master.
Let's get him, guys! Yeah.
Understood. Initiating counterattack now. Okay, I'm going to wrap up the stream here because I don't know how long Section 7 is going to be. And I don't want to overflow into the time I'm supposed to have a meeting. So, thank you guys for tuning in. I will stream tomorrow. Same time. Oh, excuse me. Same time. And, yeah. If you haven't yet, definitely subscribe for more OtakuDaiKun. And until next time, celebrate your fandom.